Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us again. We're here to talk fantasy football and help you win. Now that we're looking ahead to week 9 and break down what's going on, it's been another busy day already. It's nonstop this season. There's always a ton of action. I mean, there's just today alone, major injury that we officially now know about. Another stud wide receiver gets traded because why not? And a quarterback switch, which I think we're actually happy about. Let's see. What should we start with first? The good news, the bad news, or the we're not sure yet news? Let's get the bad news out of the way first. How about that?
Yeah, probably should.
All right. I mean, this is no surprise. Stephon Diggs out for the season. ACL, it's official. What now? We legitimately have to ask for the Texans. Do they maybe you can get in the market, look for a receiver? They didn't get one today. They're not the team that did. But do you think they need help, or they just wait for Nico to get back and just roll with what they had last year?
I mean, who's really out there for them to get help at this point? Like, who's, you know what I mean? Who could they really trade for at this point? I think they probably just wait for Nico. Yeah, Nico should be back next week. That's what we're hearing. So, okay, you got Nico, you got Tank. That's what you had last year. Well, for most of the year before Tank got hurt. So, I don't even know who is really out there that the Texans could even pursue at this point. That is available and makes sense because remember, like they don't want to trade for some guy with a huge long-term contract just to have him for the rest of the season. So it's got to be somebody that makes sense as well. And can't really think of any, at least not a big difference maker. Like maybe some, bodies like depth, but not anybody to the level that we've seen the last few weeks.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're all getting snatched up. And, I do think, with the Texans specifically, they didn't have Diggs last year. So they can go back to saying, all right, we got what we got, and hope a guy like Xavier Hutchinson or John Mechie steps up. I just discovered that Robert Woods is still there. Apparently, he's still in Houston. I didn't know that. I guess he is still there. But yeah, I think the fact that they are getting Nico back, we think soon, right? It's supposed to be week 10. Between Tank and Nico, that should be good enough for them. But man, yeah, I'm worried about CJ Stroud, not because he doesn't have Diggs anymore, but because he just doesn't look that good in general for fantasy purposes most weeks. And I do think the fact that they have Joe Mixon there running back means they don't have to pass as much. I think a lot of last year's volume came from the fact they didn't have much of a running game, and their defense is also much better this year as well. So maybe Stroud got by a little bit on volume last year. Well, one receiver we know they're not getting, if they get anybody, it's Diontae Johnson. So big news today, Diontae Johnson got traded. Not too shocking there. We knew because they basically said he was going to get traded. Did you think the Ravens were going to be the landing spot? And I know we'll have to talk the whole domino effect thing, but for Diontae, obviously anywhere but Carolina is an upgrade, but how much of an upgrade?
Yeah, this isn't great. It's obviously it's an upgrade in the sense that the quality of his targets will improve drastically. The problem is the quantity of his targets will go down fairly drastically. I still think Zay Flowers is the wide receiver 1 here. This also, I think, is going to hurt Zay Flowers long term. Probably not this week, maybe not even next week, but as Diontae gets more involved in the offense, Zay Flowers' target share is going to go down a little bit. I don't know. Is this going to put a stop on the Mark Andrews train that had been rolling the last 4 weeks now? I mean, because now they have a lot of weapons. And don't forget, like Rashad Bateman was looking pretty good. It's not like Rashad Bateman was looking like a total, bust this year. So this is not, I was hoping maybe like 49ers, maybe, I don't know, somebody that had a good quarterback, but also needed another wide receiver. I mean, the Ravens could use another wide receiver, but yeah, I don't think this is really great for Diontae. I mean, it's better than Carolina, of course, but it's not the best spot for him, and it's certainly not great for Zay Flowers, and I do wonder how it's going to affect Mark Andrews as well.
Yeah, I mean, It's better than Carolina right now. It was nice for Diontae for a couple of weeks while Andy Dalton, still had a little bit of juice left in the arm, which apparently he used all of it up in those couple of games. And it's not great. No, it can't be great. It's good for Lamar Jackson as if he needed help. Okay, so fine. He's still one of the best quarterbacks out there. My main concern now is Zay Flowers was borderline must start, and now look, it's got to eat into his target share, right? Just even if it's just a few targets each game, it's not like Flowers was one of the leading target getters. But that's the thing. It's not a pass heavy offense. So yeah, I'm annoyed. A little annoyed. A little annoyed if Zay Flowers is now going to be a little more questionable in terms of do I start him every week or not? And Diontae, yeah, you can definitely start him now, but you're going to have some downs along with the ups because really this team doesn't need to pass a whole lot to get by and win. So, I don't know, a little lackluster there. I was hoping it would be San Francisco or, I don't know, another team that could really use a receiver that would have been more beneficial to its fantasy. Maybe even the Cowboys. Of course, that would make too much sense. The Cowboys adding a good player, didn't expect that to happen. Yeah.
Cowboys are like that. What's that saying? Keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting the different results. That's the Cowboys. They're like, we're just going to keep rolling out the same staff, same personnel, same offense every week, and it's just going to get better. Like, okay, good luck. Good luck with that.
Same coach too.
Same everything.
Yeah. Now, Jerry's fine with it as long as the tours around Cowboy Stadium keep selling out. I think he's fine. And then more good news. I think this is probably the best news out of all of them is Joe Flacco is in a quarterback, and this is great for Michael Pittman. This is good for Josh Downs. Maybe even good for Alec Pierce if that matters. Not so good for Anthony Richardson, I suppose. But what's your take on this? Because, I made the mistake of reading the comments on social media and the reaction to this. There, of course, is no in between. Either this is just a disastrous move and you're killing his confidence and it's just showing what a disaster this franchise is, or it's about time. You should have done this a long time ago. This is the right thing to do and AR is a bust. I don't expect you to be on one extreme or the other. Are you?
No, I'm certainly not on one extreme or the other, but I do as much as I am happy for fantasy, of course, because this is much better for Pittman and Downs than Anthony Richardson. I do if we take fantasy out of it and just look at it from an NFL perspective, this makes no sense to me. Like you're basically throwing in the towel on Anthony Richardson for a guy who, even if he takes you to the playoffs this year, let's say Joe Flacco does his miracle thing and, gets them into the playoffs. Okay. Then what? Great. You made the playoffs this year, but now you go into next year. Joe Flacco can't be your quarterback next year. He can't be your quarterback of the future. You've pretty much said Anthony Richardson's not our quarterback of the future. So now where are you at? You're a barely a playoff team with no QB. Like that is, as a Commanders fan who was in that spot for many, many years, that is 100% the worst spot you can be as an NFL team, because you don't have a high enough pick to get that stud franchise quarterback unless you sell the farm like the Panthers did, and then you hope it works out. And you just get stuck in mediocrity year after year because you're just good enough to maybe make the playoffs. Maybe 1 or 2 years you do make the playoffs, but you're never really a contender. But you also can't really get better because you never have a high enough pick. So, yeah, happy for fantasy, happy for my Pittman Downs, teams, but at the same time, very shocked that the Colts would do this. I think it makes zero real life sense, honestly.
Yeah, well, I understand that the timing makes sense because Anthony Richardson was just horrendous. That completion percentage, not just last week, but the whole season has been bad. And I think I have to say, I feel like a lot of decisions these days are made because of criticism, because of the look, like the image, the PR of it. it's kind of like the Tua situation. Tua was cleared after like 2 weeks. In fact, I don't think it was even 2 weeks. He could have come back, but if the Dolphins didn't put him on IR, it would have been, like riots, and people would have said, "What are you doing? You're risking his life." And so they did it for that reason. I feel like with AR, it's the same thing. After not just the completion percentage or lack of, the whole thing where he tapped out, "Oh, I'm tired," that got so much attention that I feel like, they feel like they have to do something, right? They have to address it. Kind of like with Ramondre fumbling 4 times. He's like, well, he had to do something. He didn't want to, but he felt like he had to, just so everyone was like, okay, look, see, I benched him. I almost feel like that's what's going on here. Like, okay, everybody hates Richardson. Okay, here we go. He's benched. And so that next week when they go back, that they can try him again if they want to, which is dumb, but I'm just saying that's my gut feel.
Yeah, but here's the issue. It's kind of like what Mike Tomlin said when he switched Fields for Russell Wilson. It's like if we go back, like if Russell Wilson goes out there and is terrible and we go back to Fields, that's it. Fields is our guy the rest of the season. Like you can't, like, okay, if you bench Anthony Richardson this week, first of all, if Flacco is terrible and you lose anyways, then you're really going to be like, what were you thinking? But if Flacco wins and keeps winning, you can't go back to Anthony Richardson. And then again, like I said, now you're going into next year. Flacco cannot be your QB1. He just can't. I'm sorry. Like, okay, fine. In the middle of the season, you need a savior. Fine. You can't be saying we're going to go into 2025 with Joe Flacco as our QB1. Like, come on, it's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Like, if you're not even like a serious franchise if that's what you're doing. So, like, yeah, you can't. It's kind of like the Bryce Young thing. Like, I don't think the Panthers can put Andy. If the Panthers put Andy Dalton, not that we were talking about this, but if the Panthers put Andy Dalton back in this week or next week, that's it. You've just said we're done with Bryce Young. You can't keep putting this guy in, yanking him out, putting him in, yanking him out. Like, you just might as well say, hey, Bryce Young's available for trade. Send us offers, because this guy's never, starting for us ever again. And it's the same thing with Richardson. And remember, Richardson wasn't a guy who, like, he didn't have like a huge like a ton of starts in college. He didn't get a ton of starts last year. Like, we're talking about basically a guy he's played how many, and not only that, he's missed, what has he played? 6 games this year. He played basically like 3. He's played like 9 NFL games, and we're already like, that's it. Give up on him. Like, man, what happened to letting these guys like suck for a year? Peyton Manning broke the record for interceptions his rookie year. What if the Colts would have been like, nope, we're benching you for, I don't even know, Vinny Testaverde or whoever the backup was back then. You know what I mean? Like, ridiculous. But yeah, I don't know what it is about this day and age in the NFL. It's like you basically get 5 minutes to prove you're good enough, and if you don't, you're done. And I don't understand. But hey, it's good for fantasy, so at least there's that. Right.
I mean, not being a Colts fan, I don't care too much but either way about whether they have a franchise quarterback or not. But it is good for fantasy. It's good for short term. But yeah, you're right. It's crazy. People don't realize, probably because he's not a rookie, but Anthony Richardson has 10 games of NFL experience. That's it. Total of 10 games. He missed almost all of last season, and this season's only half over, and he missed a couple of games this season. So, yeah, I do agree. I mean, rookie quarterbacks really don't have to just be thrown in there and start from week 1, and sometimes it's better if they don't, but it's just not how it is these days. Well, at least we know with Flacco in there. By the way, you're saying, like, starting Joe Flacco, you're not a serious franchise. I don't know. Joe Flacco looks better than half the quarterbacks in the NFL these days. But
I mean, but come on, like, if the Brown, sure, he comes in and he does this thing or whatever, but like, you can't really go into next season and say we are Super Bowl contenders with Joe Flacco. Like, come on. No, right. Come on. This is. I see people commenting he won a Super. This isn't 2010. What year was that? 2008. What year did he win? 2002. What year did he win a Super Bowl? Like,
It wasn't that long ago, but yeah, it was a while. Okay. I mean, look, I know, but hey, here and now, Joe Flacco. It's going to help us all. Going to help definitely Josh Downs and Michael Pittman. So there's that. All right. I mean, there's just so much every day. That's why I love the NFL. There's just so much to talk about, especially mid-season. A lot changes every single day, and we put out the start set videos and our advice early in the week, try to get you guys primed and ready, and then a lot of things change. But you guys know that's why I always have to say if this guy plays, if this guy gets traded, if he doesn't. So I think the ifs with the Colts now are, yeah, Flacco playing to the moon, Josh Downs. All right. Let's get to your questions. I know you guys have plenty. We don't want to keep you waiting too much longer. Also, don't wait. Put in your picks for Underdog. Already got lines in for week 9. Look, I know Stephon Diggs is gone. I know CJ Stroud wasn't great last week. I mean, he was okay. I know it's a tough matchup this week, but I do know he should get at least 1 yard. So take the free pick. Go higher, 0.5 total yards. Free pick for those new to Underdog. Again, if you haven't tried Underdog yet, this is still a good time to do it. A couple days to take advantage of those profit boost tokens in Boosttober. Man, it's really sad. Halloween's here already? How can it be here already? All right. But even if that's over with, they're always running promos. There's always all sorts of goodies in there. So check it out. I don't know, again, everybody signing up for Underdog now. Try it if you haven't yet. Use code ENDGAME because that gets you the free pick. And it still gets you that deposit match of 50%, all the way up to $1,000 worth of bonus cash. So again, try it out. Go to underdogfantasy.com or download the app. Use code ENDGAME when you sign up. All right, let's see who's here first. What's Jay?
What's up?
What's up, Jay? Full PPR needs 1, 2 receivers, and a flex. Well, probably not starting Love this week, I assume.
I'll say if Love plays, I'm playing him. But Darnold, I think, is fine. So if not, Darnold is fine. Thankfully, we don't have neither of these guys play on Thursday night, so we'll know that decision will be made for us probably. You got to go St. Brown. I think you got to go St. Brown and Devonta Smith at wide receiver, and you got to flex Downs now. As much as I want to flex Dell, with basically every wide receiver in Houston out, it's still not a great spot for Tank Dell on the road against the Jets this week. Just give me Josh Downs with Joe Flacco. I think he'll be good enough.
Yeah, that's the thing. Tank's going to get more targets. It's a tough matchup. So let's go Downs. Now we can very confidently start Downs. Just Flow, have Lamar and Flowers. All right. Not feeling so great anymore. With the Diontae Johnson trade, hold or trade him. Which him are we talking about? Diontae Johnson? Like, did you already have him also?
Yeah, there's probably quite a few teams that have Flowers and Diontae and now are like, oh no, what do I do? I mean, yeah, if you can try to trade Diontae, I don't know if this has bolstered his trade value a bunch, but if you could try to trade him, sure.
Yeah, and I'm curious. Honestly, I really think like with a lot of things, it's going to be mixed reaction. Some people like us will be like, it's not ideal, right? Sharing targets in that offense. It's not a pass-heavy offense. Some people will be like, he went from Carolina to Baltimore. Huge upgrade. That's just instant reaction that it's better. I mean, look, it's not worse. It can't be worse than what he's been doing in Carolina the last couple of weeks. And as Bryce Young continues to start, no, it's not worse, but it's just not ideal. So I think if you do have Diontae Johnson, yeah, I'm okay trading him, but it depends what you get back from him. Rashad White or Worthy? I'm not. I don't even think I'm starting Worthy. I'm not going Worthy.
I actually like Rashad White this week. This could be a game where they're having to throw a lot again, playing from behind to the Chiefs. So let's go with Rashad White.
Yeah. All right. What about Moises? Nice and early as always. 10-team PPR, drop Diontae to pick up McConkey or Cedric Tillman.
I mean, I don't really want to drop Diontae, but man, to get McConkey, I might.
Right?
And wait, Downs is out there too?
Wow. Okay.
Well,
And this is not even an 10-teamer.
I mean, yeah, I probably. The thing is, like, I want to say Downs number one. But what if this is like, what if Flacco goes out there this week and throws like 3 interceptions and they lose and they go back to Richardson? Whereas I know McConkey is safe. Like, he's going to have Justin Herbert all year. And the Chargers, as much as they want to run, that run game is starting to look pretty bad.
True. This is true. Well, I mean, I almost want to say if all these guys are just out there, you just pick up the guy you think has most value now. I mean, are you even starting any of these players? Probably not.
I mean, I would start McConkey or Downs this week. I mean, maybe not in Moises' league. I don't know. That's true. I don't even know who.
Yeah, I don't know if he was.
Yeah, he might not start him. So, yeah, I don't know. It's between McConkey and Downs. I do worry. My only worry with Downs is they go back to Anthony Richardson if the Flacco experiment. If it turns into the Andy Dalton experiment. And I remember, for as good as he was in Cleveland last year, that playoff game, he was not good. Not so good. That's always the risk here, as he goes out there and he does Joe Flacco things, and then they're like, okay, maybe we just should give Anthony Richardson another shot and see what he can do. And then you're stuck with Downs with Anthony Richardson again. So I don't know. It's between those two guys. Maybe, I don't know. I think if it's me, I slightly prefer McConkey, but very close.
Yeah, I might go McConkey as well. I guess we'll say this. Let's see if you can trade Diontae. Maybe somebody out there does think this is a boost for him. Maybe somebody wants him. We'll see. Brian Furman wants to know, flex Shakir or Chuba. Actually was going to mention that. Again, rumors. Take it for what it's worth. But since the Panthers are basically, waving the white flag, not that they have a choice, maybe Chuba gets traded. There's some rumors that teams are inquiring. And, of course, everyone trying to put Chuba on the Cowboys. But, again, this would assume that the Cowboys actually want to improve their team. But, anyways, Shakir or Chuba?
It's got to be Shakir this week, because as of now and probably as of Sunday, Chuba will still be a Panther. And even if he does let's say he gets traded like tomorrow or Thursday, and let's say it is the Cowboys, like best case scenario, he's not going to come in and play every snap. He's going to barely know the plays. So it's Shakir this week for sure.
Yeah, agree. It's got to be Shakir this week. Gabriel, good evening, is in first place. Very nice. Let's see. Cook, B-Rob, Brown, Moss, Braylon Allen, Algier Brooks, JJ Puka, Higgins, Mooney, Jennings, Kincaid. Trade ideas, would like a starting or higher end flex RB. Yeah, I guess I could see that.
Yeah, I mean, you got Higgins, Mooney, Jennings. Jennings should be back after the bye, they're saying. Mooney's been good. Higgins will hopefully be back this week. So you could probably move one of those wide receivers. But what do you really – I mean, if you're going to 2-for-1 here, the only way I could see you 2-for-1ing is if you threw in, like, Brian Robinson Jr. So I guess if you did Brian Robinson Jr. And Mooney, is that even enough? Could you do Brian Robinson Jr. and Mooney and get like an Aaron Jones?
Probably. I bet you could. To Aaron Jones, I bet you could get.
That's probably the guy. Like, maybe Swift, but is Swift even an upgrade over Brian Robinson? Maybe a little. I mean, you could really shoot for the fences and do like Brian Robinson and T. Higgins and go for some of the bigger fish, but then you have to start Darnell Mooney every week.
And I don't think that would be the worst thing, but again, only if it lands you a really good running back. And I don't know who's given up a really good running back. And which running back? I mean, there's a lot of possibilities, but yeah,
I mean, you're not going to get you'd have to go for the guys the buy low, but I don't even. There's not even. That's the problem. There's not even really like high end buy low running backs because the running back. This has been the year of the running back. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's no running back bust. You know what I mean? Outside of like injuries, and there's only been a couple. Like I guess Travis Etienne is the only, like, literally, if you drafted Travis Etienne, you drafted the only running back bust. I mean, Breece Hall's been, maybe Breece Hall hasn't, okay, in CMC because of injury, but like Breece Hall, maybe he hasn't been like phenomenal, but he's been mostly very good. Bijan's been mostly very good. Jahmyr Gibbs been mostly very good. Achane with Tua has been very good. Kyron's been awesome. Saquon's been awesome. Henry's been awesome. Jonathan Taylor's been awesome when healthy. Pacheco was awesome before he got, like, literally Travis Etienne is the only running back bust, non-injury bust. That's it. If you drafted Etienne, I'm sorry. You somehow struck out when it came to running back. Every other running back's been great. So it's hard
making all the Etienne owners very depressed right now.
But it's crazy. Like, I don't ever remember a year like this where, like, there are no running back busts and hardly even any running back injuries.
I know. It's upside down.
We are in the upside down this year for sure.
Yeah. Probably what you can do here, Chase Brown. Maybe somebody wants somebody. It would definitely have to be a part of a 2-for-1. So let's get to NTY. What's up? 7-1. All right. That's pretty impressive in a 10-teamer. Let's see. We need 2 of these between Tolbert, Keon Lazard, Sutton, Ridley.
I think Sutton's probably my favorite out of this group. Great matchup this week. I think I'm going Keon Coleman. I know it's going to be hard for everybody to bench Calvin Ridley this week because they're going to forget all about the previous 2 weeks where he did absolutely nothing on 17 targets, and they're only going to look at last week. But this is a very, very tough matchup for Calvin Ridley against Christian Gonzalez and the Patriots. Not the same as last week. So, yeah, give me Sutton and Coleman.
Yeah, Sutton, definitely my favorite here. Ridley is startable, maybe, if you feel risky, but probably Coleman makes more sense. I wouldn't consider the others. And then needs a DST or stick with Green Bay. Well, I mean, it depends who else is out there. Green Bay against the Lions? I don't think so. I wouldn't want to stick with Green Bay.
No. Yeah, I think for like the streaming defenses, I think you got to be looking at Washington, New England, and Tennessee.
There you go.
As the top ones this week for the ones that are widely available.
Right. Go with matchup. It's a 10-teamer. I would imagine some of those are available. Yeah. Alexander's channel. Welcome back and thank you. Got Aaron Jones, Jacobs, AJ Brown, Flowers, BTJ Waddle, Tank, Reed, Bucky, Rome. Have to start 4 receivers and 2 running backs. I don't know. He got 2 trade offers. Let's consider those first. Flowers and BTJ for CeeDee Lamb or Flowers for Achane. He has Flowers.
Well, you have to start 4 wide receivers. So if you do that first trade, your wide receivers are AJ Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Waddle, Tank, Reed.
Still pretty good.
Yeah, it's still pretty good.
Now that Diggs is out, I mean, done. I feel like we can at least consider Tank he's kind of like a wide receiver 3 level pretty much every week, just not this week because it happens to play the Jets.
He's at least a wide receiver 4.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. And Reed's been frustrating, I know, but he's still startable as a 4th receiver.
I just wonder if I'd want the Achane one more because now you'll still have AJ Brown, Brian Thomas, Waddle, Tank, Reed. But you can only start 2 running backs. Take the CeeDee one. I think I take the CD one. You can only start 2 running backs, so one of Aaron Jones or Jacobs will just always be on your bench. That's kind of annoying. I think I take the CD one. It gives you AJ Brown, CD, Waddle, who should get better. But I mean, between Waddle, Tank, and Reed, you should be okay. Wide receiver 3/4.
Right.
So I think I take the CD one.
Yeah, actually, I think I would take either of these. I think the Flowers HN one might be a little better in terms of value because Flowers, it takes a slight hit. Not big. It's not like he's, plummeting in value, but he's slightly trending down now with the trade, and HN is on the way up. If he continues to get usage like he did last week. But I think this first one is good too because you can afford to do that. So there you go. Alexander. I guess he didn't really. I think he was asking mainly about the trade, but I guess let's assume if he hasn't made the trade, 4 receivers and 2 running backs to start this week.
Well, he only got 2 running backs. So AJ Brown. I still go Flowers. Tough matchup for Flowers, man. AJ Brown, Brian Thomas if he plays. I might go AJ Brown, Brian Thomas, Waddle, and Tank. And then Flowers would be my 5th option if Brian Thomas is out. It's just a tough matchup for Flowers this week against Pat Surtain.
Yeah, it's a tough matchup for Tank, but also Reed going to have Malik Willis. Try to do those trades. Abamanu, welcome back. 12-team PPR, Stafford, Darnold, or now Joe Cool.
Stafford. I'm going Stafford. Not scared of Seattle. He's got his weapons. He looks good. Give me Stafford.
Stafford was my top pickup on the waiver wire, and he still is. Still a great spot for him. Yes, we like Joe Flacco, but I'm still going to put Stafford over him because he's got Kupp and Puka back. So Stafford is a strong one. Rest of season, well, and that's the thing. We can't put Flacco higher than 3 rest of the season. We know who's going to start after this week even.
If I have to pick one rest of the season, it's again going to be Stafford. He's got Puka and Kupp back. I mean, it looks like a top 10 offense again. Yeah, give me Stafford if I have to pick one rest of the season, but I'd rather just stream.
True. But yeah, for these week 9 and rest of the season, exactly the order you have them. Stafford, Darnold, Flacco, 1, 2, 3. NTY. Can you drop Rico Dowdle? I say yes.
Yeah, you can drop Rico Dowdle, yes.
Even if they don't trade for Chuba Hubbard or Khalil Herbert or anybody, which they probably won't. I mean, come on. The fact that they had to dust Dalvin Cook off to bring him back, no. Just, I think I'm done with the Dallas running back room, just period. I think I am. Unless they actually do trade for like Hubbard and they're like, all right, he's the guy. It's just not going to happen. Let's do Brandon Anthony. Who could I get packaging Ridley and Najee? Selling high, I see.
Definitely selling high here. I like it. Let's get rid of these guys coming off of nice games. I mean, you're not going to get anything crazy. Maybe you can get Waddle if you want to try to buy low on Waddle. Maybe Pollard if you want to try to buy low on Pollard. But is Pollard even really an upgrade over Najee? I mean, I guess a little bit.
I was going to say Najee now it's, 3 straight good games. Basically, right after I said I was tired of Najee and was not going to start him anymore, that's when he started taking off. But you did identify preseason Najee as being the much better fit in this Arthur Smith offense, but also Jalen Warren hasn't quite been up to snuff when he was healthy. And like he said, Najee's kind of a warrior. So, again, I don't want to be like in on Najee now after I was out. But like you said, it would have to be an upgrade, right?
Yeah, I don't even know. Is Pollard even really? I guess maybe Pollard's a slight upgrade, but is it even enough? I mean, I wouldn't mind trying to take a shot on like Jalen Waddle. But really, I don't know if you're going to get. I mean, maybe if you want to gamble on Jaden Reed, but I kind of just want to avoid the Packers wide receivers if I can. Yeah, I really don't know what what this package is going to get you.
I would have liked to say Chris Olave, but
Not after last week.
yeah, after last week. Yeah, I'm trying to think who else. It would have to be an actual upgrade. Look, who knows? Sometimes people do weird things. Like, a player has a bye week. They're like, he's of no use to me. Like, maybe you can get Debo or something like that. I'm telling you, maybe you can. All right. Let's go to Trone Force. 1 this week, now 3 and 5. All right, upward swing. That's all. Remember, it's not how you start. It's how you finish. Yep. Trade suggestions here: JD, Tyreek, Cup, Barkley, Monty, Njoku, McLaurin, D-Hop, Mooney, Jason, Mostert, Madison, Bo Nix. How's Tua still on your IR? Who played last week?
Well, I mean, you got Jaden Daniels. Do you need Bo Nix and Tua?
Right.
Maybe try to package Bo Nix. Bo Nix has a lot of steam right now. Maybe you could package. Let's see. You got Barkley, Monty, Mostert. You kind of can't move a running back. You got Njoku, McLaurin. You kind of can't really move a wide receiver either, though. Well, you got Tyreek, Cup, McLaurin. Yeah, you can maybe let's try to sell high on the Bo Nix D-Hop hype here. I mean, what are you really going to get though for Bo Nix and D-Hop?
Some people are getting a little excited about Bo Nix, a little too excited. But yeah, in fantasy, probably not getting much. This is not a super flex league. D-Hop, though, people, because he's a chief, somebody might pay up for him. So
yeah, I feel like you need running back help here. What if we just did D-Hop for like Ramondre?
There you go. That's fair. That's a good buy low, actually. I like that Ramondre.
Yeah, I like Ramondre. He's got a couple tough matches, but then it really opens up for him.
And I think that's fair. Healthy. All right, let's try that. Python needs a wide receiver 2 and 2 flexes.
All right, Hunt, Javonte. Okay, you got it. Devonta Smith is my wide receiver 2. Think that I'm going Sutton at one of the flexes. It's full PPR Sutton. I think I still got to gamble on Waddle. Not doing it with Ridley. Definitely not Diontae Johnson. Javonte done. That's it. He had his chance last week. What a letdown. Hunt is interesting against the Buccaneers. I guess if you want to play it a little safer, you could go Sutton and Hunt at flex, but I'm going to go Sutton and Waddle at flex. So I'm going to go Devonta Smith, wide receiver 2, Sutton and Waddle at flex.
You know what? Not to be all in on Flacco, but I'm going to go Pittman over Waddle because Miami does not win in Buffalo, and I'm not exaggerating. They do not win in Buffalo. I saw it. It was on Twitter, so it must be true. 2016 is the last time they won in Buffalo. I'm going to fact check that, maybe. But, yeah, look, I know I've been here before. I've done this. Flacco, not just at quarterback for Indy, but also against Minnesota's defense. That defense gives up a ton of points to wide receivers. So I do kind of want to fit Pittman in there. I like Sutton this week again, and on Devontae Smith. I know. Call me the pessimistic Doll fan, but I think I would sit Waddle. Steven needs 2. Bigsby, Jacoby, touchdown Tillman, and Diontae.
I think I'm going to go Jacoby and touchdown Tillman, even though it is a tough matchup for Tillman this week against the Chargers. Diontae, again, like he's not going to play a lot of snaps. It's very risky. And man, Bigsby, very risky this week for Bigsby against the Eagles. I mean, this is the game. I know he said this last week against the Packers, and the Jaguars somehow kept that game close. But man, against the Eagles on the road, this is a game that could get away from the Jaguars very early, very quickly. So I'm going to go Jacoby and Tillman.
Yeah, I am worried about Bigsby this week. And Diontae, of course, not going to be that involved. His first game with the Ravens. So there you go, Jacoby and Tillman. This is Insua Svang. All right. 12-team PPR have Henry, Chuba, Javante, Vidal, Ty, Estime. Trade Hurts and Henry. I'm guessing no. For Stroud, Jacobs, and Dobbins. No.
You're not where's the upgrade here? Where's the upgrade? You're taking a QB downgrade. Like you're trading for a QB that is going to be dropped in a lot of leagues this week. And then for two good running backs, but this is don't do this. Do not do this.
No. Wrong time to trade for Stroud. Not that there really was a time to trade for him, but you're getting the downgraded quarterback that's now a significant downgrade for fantasy. But this is still, even just Henry for Jacobs and Dobbins, it's more quantity over quality here. I know Jacobs has been good, but Dobbins, this is the time to sell Dobbins, not buy Dobbins. I don't know if there's something else. I think, I guess he's listing his running backs. He's like, I have Derrick Henry and a bunch of guys, basically. Like Chuba doesn't look startable anymore. Javante is barely kind of RB2 range. So maybe there's something you could swing, but I know you agree with me. Finally, Derrick Henry, untouchable.
Oh, yeah. Derrick Henry's untouchable. Untouchable.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you could try. Maybe somebody out there still willing to take a chance on Chuba. Maybe you could try to trade Chuba for a more stable RB2 or package Chuba and Javante. But yeah, don't do this deal. All right, let's see. Next up is, this is a good one. Ricardo is always here. Ricardo Andrade, what do you think about this? Would you trade Flowers now for a guy like Hunt?
No, I'm still keeping Flowers. There's real chance we see Isaiah Pacheco back sometime here in November, like within a couple weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. Even if Hunt stays involved, his role is going to be highly diminished. So no, I'm not. Hunt is not a guy I am trading for right now. Hunt is a guy I'm trying to trade away.
Exactly. Same thing with a guy like I just mentioned, Dobbins. So I think it's okay to trade Flowers for an RB, but just not that particular RB. Andrew Gill. Someone offered me an RB of my choice between Dobbins, Jacobs, and Ramondre or TJ Hawkinson.
Just take Jacobs and run. Take Jacobs and sprint.
Yes.
Just don't tear your hamstring while you're sprinting.
I love that. They're like, take your pick. Just give me TJ Hawkinson. That's what's going to help me win my.
I want TJ Hawkinson so badly that you can have any of my running backs. Yeah, take Jacobs and run.
Yes. I mean, I think we could both say we probably take any of these running backs, but Jacobs is the one. And yeah.
Yes.
All right. Good job there, Andrew. Good evening to Ray Harcourt. Made it to the stream. And that's weird. He's saying he didn't get notifications. I don't know. Check the thing. Maybe your phone has a setting or something, but yeah. Everybody here, we're live almost every single night. So put notifications on so you know exactly when we go live, and like and subscribe if you would. That helps us out a lot too. All right, Tyler C. Welcome back, Tyler. 10-teamer. That's right. 0.7 PPR league. 2 receiver, 2 running back, 1 flex. Got Lamar. Looking even better now. Cook, Connor, Bucky, Pacheco, Sun God, Adams, D-Hop, Flowers, Odunze, Jennings, Evans, and Ferg. Any moves to make? Would you trade Sun God for Nico?
Why? There's no guarantee Nico's back next week. He should be, but I mean, why even take the risk? I would just hold Sun God. Yeah, again, I'm gonna say the same thing. Let's try to sell high on D-Hop if we can for Ramondre, somebody like that. Maybe even Adams. Adams still has value. People still think Adams is going to be a thing this year. Adams, you could probably get more than Ramondre. I mean, Could you get Aaron Jones for Adams right now? Could you get James Conner for Adams right now? Bet you could.
Probably. I mean, that's
Got
close.
a lot. He's got a lot of name value. Davante Adams has a lot of name value.
Yep. That makes a lot of sense. And again, talk about with Flowers, you don't have to trade Flowers. It's not like he's going to fall off the face of the earth here. I think he's solid. You'll get Evans back in a couple weeks. Jennings might be startable too. So you're pretty good overall. It's a 10-teamer. But yeah, Adams would be the one that I would trade to, and maybe D-Hop. All right, so Molly Wop wants you specifically to tell the world that it's, again, assuming Molly, assuming it's a she, will win the big money league this season.
Molly, I got bad news for the rest of the world, or especially the people in Molly's big money league. I got bad news for you. Molly's winning this year, so
there you go. It's official now.
I hope that works for you, Molly. I don't know why.
Screencastify that and record it and save it, or I guess you could just play it back on YouTube. There you go. It's official. You got it, Molly. SoFly. Downs or Tillman with the number one claim now?
I think I got to go Downs here. I think I got to go Downs. Tillman has a really rough schedule. Really rough rest of season schedule. Let's just go Downs. Hope Flacco stays in there.
Yeah, that's funny because someone just even mentioned that afterwards. Good looking out there, Dan Vandal.
Yep.
Yeah, schedule. And again, we do have to take a step back and remember that last week it was the Ravens. Ravens, one of the worst secondaries in the NFL. So it's not always going to be like that for touchdown Tillman. I mean, he definitely is worth a pickup, but I would go Downs as well. And then, maybe. Skyward, 4-4, which is fitting. You got the 4 in your name. 12-man, half PPR, flex. Allen, Kyron Hall, AJBT, Andrews, Adams on the benches. Pierce Hall, Warren Pittman, Ertz, CMC. Would you sell Hall and Adams? Get rid of the Jets for B-Rob and Nico.
This is very tempting.
It is, but then that means you're trading Brees.
Yeah, but you're getting Nico, and you're getting B-Rob, and you do have CMC coming back. I really don't want to trade away Brees. I really still feel like Brees has a potential to be one of, if not the highest scoring player the rest of the season. Schedule is so good. The Jets running back schedule is so good. But I'm in such a hurry to get Adams off my team. Like, I can't get him off my team fast enough. Thankfully, he's not on any of my teams, so I don't have to worry about it. But man, just
yeah. This is close. And again, with this team, like, you have an RB1 with Kyron, right? And B-Rob is fine as an RB2. Just is the upgrade at receiver worth the downgrade at running back is the question. You're thinking it's a good time to sell Adams.
Got CMC coming back next week.
Yeah. So why not upgrade a receiver? And look, with Diggs out now, Diggs done. Nico was already a wide receiver 1 early in fantasy with all 3 receivers healthy.
Nico's going to be a monster rest of the season. There's like no doubt. Like, as long as he's healthy, Nico's going to be a monster. So, yeah, just give me B-Rob and Nico. Let's just get rid of Adams. You don't need that anchor. He's weighing down the Jets enough. You don't need him weighing down your fantasy team too. I don't know why I'm picking on Davante Adams so much right now. He seems, honestly, when I watched the wide receiver show, I was like, he seems like an okay guy. A receiver show on Netflix or whatever.
Oh yeah. Look, I got nothing against Tay. But I do have something against the Jets. But yeah, Adams. I don't even think it's Adams. It's just the quarterback play really is not big enough upgrade as people think it is. But anyways, not get into that. Let's do this, Skyward. Do it. Ray has a question now. Pick 2 for flex. Aaron Jones, Tyreek Hill, Kamara, JT, Barkley. What? No.
There's no way we're only picking 2. There's no way we're only picking 2 of these, Ray. What's going on? There's no way. Like, your team is so these are your flexes. Like, I don't. Who are your starters? Are you in a league where the goal is to score the least amount of points? So these guys are on your bench. Like, okay, I have to play 2 of these studs.
Yeah, I'm not sure how this is a question.
Yeah, this is not. Ray. I mean, obviously, like, I don't know you personally, of course, but you've been on the stream a lot. You've been with us for a long time. You don't seem like a prankster, a jokester type. So I got to think there's more to this question.
Yeah, something missing here. Look, I'll play along. I'll just say I'll go Barkley and Gibbs.
I think I got to go Barkley. Kamara. I don't think Kamara gets the Panthers this week.
Well,
and Derek Carr back. I think I got to go Barkley, Kamara, I guess.
All right. Not sure what's up there, Ray. All right, Livewire 2 and 6. Kyler Purdy. Well, you're definitely going Kyler this week. J.K. Mondre, CMC, London Puka Metcalf. Trade ideas. Yeah, your starting lineup's pretty set with buys and everything. So, do you still have a shot? Yeah, technically.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you can win this week, if you can pull out the win this week and get to 3 and 6, now you got CMC coming back. You got London. You got Puka back now. Metcalf could be back. Olave looks like he's going to potentially be a monster rest of the season. You got McBride. Yeah, I think you could definitely make a comeback. Win this week. Get to 3 and 6. Pull out the W. And now this team's ready to roll. This team will be ready to roll.
Looking at it, you've got really good receivers. Puka back now, of course, is a huge help. London, Metcalf, Olave. Yeah, just need CMC to come back. But I'd say for right now, again, I'm going to say try to trade JK. You can package him with a Mooney, Dell, or something and try to get a legit number 1 running back. Whoever might be interested. And then you're good. Here's a legit question. Rico wants to know, start Winston over CJ Stroud this week.
I would say yes, except Winston has to face the Chargers this week, which is not a great matchup. So I don't even know. I mean,
yeah, I would still do it just because, Jameis does not care. He will sling it anyways. Just not feeling good about Stroud this week. I guess I'm down enough on Stroud. I'll say sure. Why not?
I guess. I'm not really high on either of these guys this week, to be honest. So I guess go for it.
Is Flacco available? Can you pick up Flacco and stream him? I go Flacco for sure over those guys. JR. I say this not just because I'm like irrationally high on Joe Flacco in fantasy, but it's the Vikings. It's the matchup. JR wants to know trade Kareem Hunt for Stevenson.
Yeah, just give me Stevenson at this point. He's the lead back there. He's not going to lose his job to somebody coming back. Give me Stevenson.
Yep. Do it. Good time to buy low on Ramondre, I think. Quinn. What's up, Quinn? Needs to improve at RB. Hawk coming back, and you already got McBride. Light at RB. Yes, you are. So, trade away McBride for Mostert and McConkey. I'm not sure if Mostert solves your running back woes.
Yeah, I don't know if Mostert. I would rather I'd rather flip this. Like, okay, you're getting McConkey, which is nice. But you need a better running back than Mostert. What if you could get could you get a James Conner for McBride?
Probably
Brian Robinson. I mean, could you get? I keep saying Aaron Jones because he didn't have a great game, and I feel like people aren't that high on him. Like, could you get an Aaron Jones for Trey McBride right now?
Oh yeah, no, I'm totally with you on that. I bet you Aaron Jones because you think, oh, he hasn't done much lately, right? Because there was a game he missed and a game he was down, and yeah, I think that's a smart one. But I agree, Mostert's not the guy you. Yeah, I don't think Mostert's in RB2 territory. That's the thing.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, trading Hawk definitely. What was that last question with Hawkinson? Someone was trading Hawkinson. They're like, "Hey, take Ramondre Stevenson, take J.K. Dobbins." I don't want to trade for J.K. Dobbins, but try to get Ramondre Stevenson, somebody like that. Who was the third one? It was J.K. It was Ramondre. It was
Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs. All right, you're probably not going to get Josh Jacobs, but obviously you can, depending on what kind of league you're in. So just try. Somebody out there is definitely irrationally high on T.J. Hawkinson. Right? Every league there's going to be probably some.
Yes.
John Wickering is back. Thank you, John. Appreciate you. This week, defense on bye. Oh, here we go. Defense and kicker question. Have Steelers and a kicker. Don't want to lose them. All right. Then somebody actually did ask this. I think it was in the Discord about like stashing the Steelers defense because they're on bye. And of course, my answer was you don't need to stash defense. Who do you like here? Washington, Tennessee, or Philly?
Philly gets the Jags. That's not bad.
Washington gets Daniel Jones.
Yeah, that's very good.
Titans get the Patriots, maybe Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, I think I got to go Titans against the Patriots. Like, what is Jacoby Brissett gonna do? Look, if Drake May plays, then I would probably go Washington. But man, against Jacoby Brissett, like what can Jacoby Brissett? How much damage can Jacoby Brissett do?
Right. You probably just choose.
I know you say you don't want to drop the Steelers, but they're averaging. I'm looking on ESPN now. I don't know all the scoring for the different sites, but they're averaging 9.9 fantasy points on there. That's barely more than the Packers. That's barely more than the Bears. Like you don't need to hold a deep. It's 9 fantasy points. We're talking about 9 fantasy points. They're not averaging 20.
Right. The best defense to roster is the one with the best matchup that week. And every week that's going to change.
I will say if you're in some crazy scoring league where they are averaging 20 or 30 points, then okay, maybe you want to hold them. But if you're in a normal defense league, you don't need to hold them.
Right. And that's the other thing. Every league is different. But yeah, in general, you don't need to. Okay, kickers. You ready for this? Kickers. Elliott Bass, Reichard, Santos, and McManus.
Oh, you drop your kicker.
Wait. Okay, so defense on bye, have Pittsburgh and a kicker.
I think he has the Pittsburgh kicker, Boswell, who I know he kicks a lot of field goals or whatever because the Steelers are very good at getting into scoring range and then not scoring touchdowns. But I'm just going to drop the kicker. Yeah, you could drop the kicker. So which kicker do you like this week? Let's see. Elliott, I think, is Eagles. Bass is Bills. I don't know who that other guy is. Is that a kicker or is that like a Broadway actor? Right? Reichard? Santos, is he still Bears? Is Santos still Bears?
Pretty sure he's the Bears still.
And McManus, I only know McManus is on the Packers because an unnamed source sent me an insulting trade in a league
with a kicker
with McManus in there, even though I have the Washington kicker who's been great.
That's disrespectful. Do they not know who you are?
Oh, he knows who I am. I don't know. I guess Elliott because he's on the Eagles, but that is the extent of my kicker knowledge right there. Oh, Reichard is the Viking, and maybe him. I don't know, maybe him.
He's the Vikings kicker. I don't know if it's still true, but I think he's a rookie and he had not missed a field goal. I don't know if he still hasn't missed a field goal, but he's been really good. Let's put it that way. And indoors, I go Reichard. Let's go Reichard.
Go with him. With him.
Straight off Broadway. Do I drop Chubb, D-Hop, Irving, Kincaid for kicker? Just drop the Pittsburgh defense.
Drop your kicker.
You don't want to drop any of those guys.
No, just drop your kicker.
All right. There you go. Good luck, John. Imari Sports, 12-teamer, offered Chase Brown for Pollard.
I want Pollard. I want Pollard.
Yeah, don't know
I
if
don't know
you
which side
were
you're getting here,
offered
but
or if you offered, but the Pollard side is the side you want. Right.
yeah, I want Pollard.
Let's see. Cody Greenwood back in the house. Cody. Here we go. Drop Diontae for Downs or Tillman.
I mean, I don't really want to drop Diontae, but I really want to pick up Downs. I think I can't be super excited for Diontae in Baltimore, so I might just pick up Downs.
Yeah, I think you can do this for Downs. CJ Stroud for Stafford, definitely. Okay, why not? Fans over pundits. Agree with that. Drop Jalen McMillan for Xavier Legette.
I don't know. I mean, I guess Xavier Legette is technically the wide receiver 1 in Carolina, although Adam Thielen should be back soon. I might just hold Jalen McMillan. I mean, we're talking about 2 rookie wide receivers, but I'd rather probably have the guy that's attached to Baker Mayfield and not Bryce Young or Andy Dalton. So I'll probably just hold McMillan here.
Yeah, I mean, Legette's a better prospect ever receiver. It doesn't really matter. Let's go with a guy in the top 5 offense, not the bottom 5 offense. It's that simple. So no, don't do this. The Hound is starting Cooper and Moore. Got Hunt and Hopkins at the flex. Is it worth going Worthy or Dobbs?
If Jordan Love plays, I'll put Dobbs in probably over Hopkins. But if it's Malik Willis, I'll leave it the way you have it.
Agreed.
I do like Madison this week, though. I'll say that, but I might go Madison over D-Hop if it's Malik Willis. I do like Madison this week against. I mean, it's not a great matchup. The Bengals interior line has gotten better, but he gets all the touches. So
yeah, I mean, unless we hear something, I would imagine that Hopkins would be out there most of the game and get more targets. So I think he's startable at least. I don't feel like he's going to have a big game yet, but he's startable. And
yeah, he's startable.
Wait a minute. They get the Bucks. Don't they get the Bucks? I mean, come on. He probably with his eyes closed, he can score a touchdown against the Bucks. Yeah, none of those guys excite me. I would keep it the way you have it. All right. Next is I see all the Flacco Super Bowl comments. This is true. Technically, he did win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, when was that? Like 2015.
Oh, it was.
He also had Ray Lewis, and didn't he have Ray Lewis and Ed Reed on defense?
Yeah. Look, I mean, he did win a Super Bowl. That was a long time ago. Anyways, Suzanne B, 12-teamer, 3-5. Any moves here? Kyler Cousins, HN, B-Rob, Tracy, Bucky, Brooks, CD, Terry, Smith, Reed, Downs, McMillan for Kincaid.
Cody, 2012. Thank you. That was a long time ago. Feels like it's been longer. All right, what do we got here? 3-5. Any moves? Kyler Cousins, HN, Brian Robinson, Tracy, Bucky Brooks, CD, Terry, Smith, Reed, Downs, McMillan, Ferguson, Kincaid. I mean, I'm going to try to sell high on Reed. I don't know what you really need, though. Like, you got 3 really good wide receivers. You got 2 really good. You got a RB1 and a very solid RB2. And look, Tracy, I know he's now, of course, now he's in the concussion protocol. But man, I mean, he took over that backfield, and like you said on the running back video, it wasn't because Singletary got hurt. It's just because he's better. He's just better.
Yeah, he won the job.
I mean, maybe you could try to sell high on Jaden Reed. And I use sell high a little loosely here. I don't know what you're going to get for Jaden Reed. I mean, like, is it even worth it to trade Jaden Reed to get like a Pollard? I mean, maybe if you could get a Connor, I would do it. If you could get a Connor.
Yeah, that's somebody more upside. I mean, I don't know if somebody now is wanting to get Tracy. I think I'm going to say what we usually suggest, try a 2-for-1 to get an upgrade, like a more significant type of player. So, I mean, you do have talent, though. You have a pretty good team overall.
Yeah.
Just need some better luck. Achan, it's going to go a long way to helping your team. So, yeah, let's just try that. I agree. Try to flip Reed and Tracy, probably the best players to trade. Who knows? Maybe somebody Warren's Cousins. Probably not. KJ Herring. It's a 10-teamer. 1 QB, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and a flex. Stroud, Goff, Henry, Monty Mostert, Ray Davis, St. Brown, Ray Davis, and a 10-teamer. Huh. St. Brown, Downs, DJ Moore, Myers, Laporta, Ertz. Ooh, okay. Who do we start?
Goff at QB, Henry and Monty at running back, St. Brown, Downs. I really want to start Jacoby Myers over DJ Moore, but let me look. DJ Moore does get the Cardinals. Man, it is a good matchup for Jacoby, though. I might just go Jacoby over DJ Moore in the flex, and then I guess you still got to go Laporta at tight end, although I don't expect him to catch a touchdown pass from David Montgomery this week, but you never know.
Well, I feel better about Laporta scoring a touchdown than Ertz. Going Laporta and stacking with Goff. Yeah. Running back's pretty simple. It's the first two. Agree with all that. All right. Cali Kit offered Olave for Harrison. Again, don't know if you offered or you were offered this, but which side are you taking?
I'm taking the Olave side. I know Harrison had a nice game, and I still believe in Harrison. But, man, Olave, who's this guy, he might lead the league in targets the rest of the season. He's in a perfect storm here. A team that can't run the football, has no pass catchers, and a defense that can't stop anybody from scoring. Like that is the perfect storm for a wide receiver to just go off. Maybe it doesn't happen. Maybe Derek Carr is so bad that it doesn't happen, but I'm willing to take that chance. Give me Olave.
Wow. Can't be worse than Jake Hayner, who helped Olave have a big week. So, yeah, it's close. I think this is a fair deal. It depends who you think has more upside, but I would prefer the Olave side as well. And then let's see, quarterback, Sam, Stafford, or Dak?
I want to go Stafford. I think Sam Darnold's okay, but man, once they get off script, he's not very good. And Dak, oh, geez, no. Give me Stafford.
Stafford, yep. And then needs a flex, Downs, Myers, or Coleman.
I think with Flacco, you got to go Downs. We might be irrationally high on Downs this week, but I think you got to roll with him with Flacco.
Gonna say yes to Downs. I do like Myers. I mean, he's obviously gonna get a ton of targets. It's not a bad matchup, but let's go Downs. Steven Cotto. Drop Tua or Darnold for Stafford or Bo Nix or Geno. Stafford again.
Yeah, I think you could drop either one of these guys. I'd probably drop Darnold because Tua wasn't great last week, and now he's going to face the Bills, which means he probably won't be great again, which means I doubt anybody's going to be running out to grab Tua. So I'd probably drop Tua for Stafford.
Yeah, I would too. Drop Pearsall for Tillman or Keon Coleman.
Yeah, I'm dropping him. I'm going for Keon Coleman. I'm gonna buy into the rookie here. He's looked good the last 2 weeks. I'm gonna buy into the fact that he's gonna get better and better. Again, Tillman, really, really tough schedule rest of the way. Really brutal.
Yeah, Pearsall didn't do too much. Now they're on bye, and then Jennings should be back, so he's droppable. Beast Mode Kane has Flowers, Diontae, Jaden Reed, Pittman. Should I trade Diontae Johnson for who?
I mean, what do you... Again, it's not like his value just skyrocketed. Like, it's not like he went, it's not like the Chiefs traded for him and didn't trade for DeAndre Hopkins or something. But again, if you can get a Ramondre Stevenson, if you can get a Waddle, right, who hasn't been very good, I'd rather just gamble on the upside of Waddle. Guys like that.
Yeah, somebody out there is probably interested in Diontae Johnson now that he's a Raven. So go ahead and do this. Steven, is this finally the week to play Mahomes over Baker in that matchup on Monday night?
This is a great question, Steven, because I'm going to have this exact decision in one of my leagues this week where I drafted Mahomes, and after he was bad the first 2 weeks, I picked up Baker, and I've just been playing Baker every single week ever since. But I'm seriously considering going Mahomes this week because he's at home, he gets the Bucks. I mean, it doesn't even matter. Like, oh, Baker lost all his wide receivers, you can't start. No, it doesn't matter. Baker doesn't care. Baker is inevitable this year. He doesn't care. But I might go Mahomes over him this week.
I think you have to. You got to play matchups here. Again, it's one of the best defenses against the. Let me see. I got to check. Are they the worst or just the second worst pass defense? Well, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter.
Yeah, they're pretty far down there.
It's one of the Florida teams, Jacksonville or Tampa Bay, and then Baltimore's in the mix. Yes, I'm gonna go Mahomes, and I gotta think that Hopkins will be a little bit more involved. So yes, it is finally the week. Nick Kyle has a very interesting one. He wanted our opinion, so let's give it. With this running back room, this wide receiver room, the question is trade Harrison and Monty for Kyron.
I mean, I almost like my instant reaction is you have to. But you're going to have Puka, Garrett Wilson, and then Tillman is going to be your wide receiver 3 now? Yeah, I mean, maybe you could then try to flip Pollard for a decent wide receiver 3. Like maybe you could try to then flip Pollard for like a Waddle, maybe a Pickens.
Yeah, I don't know. This team is pretty thin at receiver. I'm not sure if I like this deal overall. I mean, of course, it hinges on Harrison, what you think you're going to get from him the rest of the season. But,
right.
Hey, could you get somebody else back with Kyron? Just maybe a kind of at least fringe startable receiver? I mean, who might be reasonable? You could take a shot on somebody like Romo Dunze. Yeah.
I mean, I really want to get Kyron, but yeah, because your wide receiver depth isn't very good. You might have to say no to this.
Yeah, need some receiver depth here.
Yeah.
Let's get back to Baker. Arvin Angeles has Baker, but he's going against KC. So would you go with Nix or Stafford?
I'd probably go Stafford over him.
Yeah, I look Nix in a good spot, but I'm still going to go Stafford over Nix as well. Chill Ethan, pick one. Tracy, Tillman, Chubb, Algier.
Well, it's Tracy if he plays. It's a good matchup against the Commanders. The Commanders have gotten better against the pass, but still struggle against the run, as we saw the other day when DeAndre Swift tore him up. So Tracy would be my number one if he plays. If he doesn't play, I just go Tillman. I'll just go Tillman. I don't love the matchup this week, but man, Chubb also in that same brutal matchup, and the dude's running for like 2.5 yards per carry right now. Algier is okay, actually. Algier, I don't mind, but I'm not going to put him over Tillman. So Tracy number one, Tillman number two.
Yep, Tracy if he plays. Yeah, like you said, Chubb. Not quite doing. He's pretty much touchdown or bust, but it's the Chargers.
Okay, I know we're a football channel. I know I hardly ever talk about baseball, but you won't believe this. Freddie Freeman just homered in the top of the first for the 6th straight time. Every game he's homered in the World Series.
It's like, okay, you get it. You're going to be the MVP. I think he's secured that, and it might be a sweep. And you going to go to the parade?
No, I don't. No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Because you're a diehard Angels fan. We know.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Jack Henry, keep Jacobs or bench for Mostert or Dobbs.
I know it's not the best matchup for Jacobs, but I don't care. I'm not benching Jacobs.
No reason to bench Jacobs. Jose Rodriguez, Lamb, Brown, Puka, Cup, Reed, BTJ, Connor, Hall, Mixon, Jones. Need 2, and a flex.
All right, Lamb. Oh, man.
Is that AJ Brown?
What is this? Hall and Mixon at running back. Okay, that was easy. I guess you got to go Lamb, Brown, Puka. I guess you got to bench Cup.
I guess so. All right, well, there you go. The first 3, and then Hall, Mixon.
I mean, you can't bench AJ Brown this week against the Jaguars. He could go for 200 this week.
Yeah, no kidding. All right. Thank you, Cageonomics. A lot of people giving some nice comments. Appreciate it. By the way,
thank you.
If you like the show, give us a thumbs up. Takes you about 1 second. Helps us out. Subscribe as well. Tell all your friends, maybe not your league mates, so you don't let them in on the trade secrets, but everybody else who you're not competing directly against in fantasy football. Also, want to remind you, because I forgot to remind you at the beginning. I was so busy talking all the news and all the crazy stuff going on. We have an app too called Draft Lane. So if you haven't tried it, it's basically this, but in app form on your phone. You can ask us questions. First start sit, waiver wire, trade. It is a free download. Go to the App Store or the Google Play Store. Search Draft Lane, and you can download it right now. Again, free. And try out all those different features. If you have a Yahoo or Sleeper fantasy league, it will sync, and you can see all your league standings, records, history, and we can see your waiver wire, your roster, and if you ask a trade question, we can even see your league mates and their rosters and give you some more in-depth advice. So it's pretty cool. Using it a lot, but we're not on live. So if you have a question and you can't make the live stream, maybe you're watching this back or you think of a question tomorrow or you just want to try it out because you like the app, then check it out. It's called Draft Lane. All right, we do have some more questions up in here. Let's keep going with Alberto Reyes Bejar, which, by the way, anybody else who is asking questions, we will do as many as we can, but super chats, of course, are going to take the priority here. So we'll catch up to those first. Should trade Terry Ridley for Deebo Stevenson? I think you're...
Sorry, I'm muted. This is close. It's an interesting offer for sure. I think I prefer Terry to Deebo, but that feels very close. Because again, even though Deebo underwhelmed last week, he did have that huge touchdown called back. I feel like all day long I'm just watching huge touchdowns get called back by penalties. Like I'm watching Red Zone and it's like, oh wait, no, there's a flag. Oh, sorry, the runner wasn't completely set before the snap. He was moving a little bit before the snap. Bring that 80-yard exciting touchdown back. So fans want to see these flags instead. I'm not bitter or anything, but I feel like it's close. I feel like Deebo will be great rest of the season if he stays healthy. I definitely prefer Stevenson to Ridley. So even though I hate giving up Terry right now, I might just take the Deebo Stevenson side just to get rid of Ridley.
Yeah, I like how you said not sell high on Ridley, just get rid of him. Get him off. I would take this. I would take the Deebo Stevenson side. But it's funny because just after that, Benny B630 asked McLaurin and Ridley for Deebo. So this deal without Stevenson.
Nah, I'll just keep Terry here because I don't know if Deebo's an upgrade necessarily.
Right. Okay. We know boomers here. Here's the squad, the winning squad, who's 6-2. Did not see Restgate bringing Flacco back and making Downs a thing. So yeah, we look. Hey, you got Tillman, right? You got Tillman. You're pretty good with that. Okay, so JD or Love, you definitely going JD this week. Achan, Monty. Well, I think you should definitely go Achan and Monty. Chase. Does he start his boy Ladd this week over guys like Cooper, Diontae, Tillman?
Yes. Definitely. Lad, I like Lad a lot this week, not just because he had a big game last week, although that helps. The Browns run the most man cover. I don't know. The Jags might be ahead of them now. I'm not sure. Let me check. But they run one of the highest rates of man coverage in the entire NFL. And Lad McConkey has been tearing up man coverage, which, by the way, didn't they play the Jaguars last week? Who did they play last week? The Chargers.
The Chargers? No, last week they played. Wait a minute. Not the Cardinals. That was the week before. The Chargers.
Well, anyways.
The Saints.
The Saints. Okay. They played the Saints?
I'm pretty sure they did.
That was a forgettable game. Sorry, Cajun guy with the Saints logo. That was a forgettable game. But anyways, okay. So the Browns play the third most man coverage of any team. You look at Lad McConkey this year, 0.88 fantasy points per route run against man. You look at him at like cover 3, 0.16, cover 4, 0.34, 0.22. These are all the other defenses, 0.29. I mean, he is just significantly better against man coverage. He's gonna tear up these Browns.
Agree. And then and you got to be feeling good with Ingram there. It's tight end, going to get about 20 targets now.
Yes.
Restgate. Okay, Sir Boomer. Dustin also got the membership there. Here are my players. Try and get Tracy. Okay, just general thoughts before we even look at this roster. Tyrone Tracy, obviously taking hold of the Giants' backfield. Do you feel like this is a guy to go get because he could be a late winner? Is this a guy to sell high? What do you think?
Well, if you mean go get off the waiver wire, absolutely. If you mean go trade for him, no, don't go trade. I wouldn't go trading. But he's still in this Giants offense. That touchdown he scored last night, I saw the stat. It was the Giants' first touchdown in 24 series of offense. That's not good. Not good. And it was him having to run for like 40 yards to get it. It wasn't like they got him to the one and then he scored. He had to run 40 yards to get it. If he's on the waiver wire, he's number one priority by a mile. I mean, unless you're in like a super shallow league, I guess. But I'm not going to try to trade for Tracy. He's still on the Giants.
Well, here, yeah, I'm not sure. He's saying try and get, so don't know what it means. But here are his players. If it's waiver wire, who would you drop here? Dowdle. So, I mean, I guess Dowdle. All right. Well, that was easy.
Yeah, Dowdle.
Harv Danger. Half PPR needs one at flex. Tank, Dell, Madison, Chase Brown, Ingram, or Shakir. I know you're tempted. You're tempted to go to the tight end here.
No, I'm actually not.
No? Oh.
No. I think Shakir is like your safe bet. But I think I'm going to gamble on Tank Dell. I know it's not the best matchup for Tank Dell, but he's all they got. I'm just going to gamble on Tank Dell.
All right, but maybe I can persuade you. What if Brian Thomas doesn't play? Which is possible. He's day-to-day right now. And they're losing to the Eagles.
I'm assuming Brian Thomas isn't going to play.
Okay, well, so isn't Evan Ingram basically all they got?
I mean, I know we think that, but I don't know. Is he going to be the new Cade Otton?
Maybe more proven than Cade Otton. We'll say the Eagles are actually really tough against tight ends.
They are.
I'm not feeling Tank Dell this week. And I mean, I was feeling him last week, and he scored, he was fine, but didn't have a big week. So Shakir against the Dolphins, probably your safest pick. But if I want to roll the dice for upside, it's a flex, I might take a chance on Ingram. Okay, so
Boomer is saying we missed his flex.
Oh,
so I went on and on about Lad, but we didn't do the flex.
Cooper.
I probably just go Tillman. No, I'm not starting Cooper yet. I'm just gonna go Tillman. Cooper's role in that offense just terrifies me right now. Maybe this is the week it'll change, but I don't know, man. He's just running straight lines. I'll take Tillman.
Yeah, I mean, usage matters. I know Cooper's a better matchup than Tillman. I don't know. Target share probably wound up being to me, I think it might wind up being even. I think Cooper gets a little bit more involved this week. So, I mean, I could see Tillman. It's close between those two. So, there you go, Boomer. We helped you none. Flip a coin. All right, how about this? That's sometimes the names just get me. Any E40 fans out there, Chris? You're in California. It's like right next door to you, Oakland. E40, you know,
Yes,
Captain Save a Joe.
Yeah,
That's a good one. That's a good one. All right, Tua, Dak, or Bo Nix?
I think I'm just going Bo Nix. It's a great matchup for Bo Nix. Tua on the road against Buffalo. Dak looking like Dak. I'll just go Bo Nix.
Bo Nix too. Who would have thought? I did not imagine I would ever say that with these options, but yeah, on the road against Buffalo, I'll sit Tua. Dak needs some help. Although it's funny because here, I'm in South Texas. It's Cowboy country, and it's always just Dak's fault. Like when they lose, like, oh, Dak didn't do it. Oh, Dak couldn't. He could do it. Like he is the only player on the team, basically. But anyways, go Bo Nix. David Luna, JD, Kyron, JT, Cup, Waddle, McBride, Tank Dell, and BTJ on a 3-game slide. So what do we do?
First of all, don't panic because you're 4-4, so that means you were 4-1. So you obviously were doing okay. You got Jaden Daniels, you got Kyron, you got JT, you got Cup back, you got McBride. Hopefully, you'll have Brian Thomas Jr.
Oh, he just said he has Diontae, which
Diontae is the guy I'm going to say try to sell if you can't. Try to trade Diontae, but you have one of the buy lows I'm suggesting, which is Jalen Waddle. I guess you could use another running back here if you want to try to trade Diontae for Ramondre. I think Ramondre is a great buy low right now too. So. But I think overall, looking at your team, this is a very good team. You have 2 stud running backs. You have a stud wide receiver. You have 3 wide receivers that should get better. I mean, Brian Thomas has been really good, but Waddle should get better. Tank should get better. You got a stud tight end. You got a stud QB. It's a 12-teamer. This team should be okay. This team should be fine.
Yeah, you really don't need to do anything. Again, you lost 3 in a row because for the last 3 weeks you didn't have Cooper Kupp. Last week I guess you did if you played him. Jalen Waddle was giving you nothing, so that's why you'll be fine for the most part. But you can sell Diontae if you want to. 410 Braxton is 5-3. Received a trade offer to get Nico and Mixon for CMC.
Just give me Nico and Mixon. You're getting 2 stud. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take Nico and Mixon. Mixon, will CMC even be better than Mixon at this point? I don't even know. And then Nico, just take Nico and Mixon. And I told that other guy to take the trade and sprint. You need to take that trade and sprint even faster.
Yeah.
Braxton.
Take it.
Sprint even faster.
Take it now. This is Dre 800 per. Is that how you say it? I don't know. All right.
I don't know.
Who to start if they all play? Higgins, Harrison, Wilson, Dobbins. Got Hurts, Hunt, Kyron, Cup, Lamb, Bowers. That's pretty good. What do you think? Kyron, Cup, Lamb, Bowers.
I mean, Higgins is my number 1 if he plays. Wilson's my number 2.
Yeah. Yeah, Harrison did have a big game, but I don't think he jumps ahead of those guys. Trade for anybody else? Pretty deep at receiver.
Yeah, the only guy I'd probably be thinking about trading here. I mean, you could trade a wide receiver because you are deep to get out because you don't really want to be relying on Hunt rest of the season. I mean, you do have Dobbins, but maybe you could package one of those wide receivers like Higgins, Harrison, Wilson with Hunt and go get a better RB. Go get an Aaron Jones. Maybe a Jacobs, even though he's coming off a big game, I don't feel like people are very high on Jacobs. Man, I mean, again, I'm going to say it's so hard. Like, when you look at the list, like, you look at, like, you're not going to get Henry. You're not going to get Barkley. You're not going to get Bijan. You're not going to get Brees. You're probably not going to get Gibbs. You're probably not going to get Kenneth Walker. You're not going to get Kyron. You're not going to get Mixon. You're not going to get Kamara. You're not going to get JT. Like, why are running backs so good this year? What happened? Why are these guys so good this year?
Yeah, I would almost trade it for, at least we knew that we were not going to have good running backs. And now it's like, what do you mean the wide receivers are all hurt? It's like, let me go back to the comfort and security of knowing I didn't have to care about my RB2. And now you're saying I have to care about my wide receiver 3 instead. But anyways.
Right. And, I was like thinking about this today. The season-ending injuries, Diggs, Rice, Hollywood, what other wide receiver?
Ayuk,
Rashid
Godwin.
They've all been wide receivers. You've had no season-ending running back injuries. Like, what has happened? Like, this is 100% the upside down this year. 100%.
Yep. Yeah. So Draper, I would say I'm going to try to sell Dobbins while I can. Maybe get a more stable running back. Not stable like he hasn't been stable, but just a little worried. So you're good. Mostly rough times. 10-team PPR. How much fab for Tracy? Okay, good question.
And a 10-teamer, let's not go nuts here. You have Walker, Cook, Bijan. Like, Tyron Tracy may never even crack your starting lineup. So you're not that running back needy. Maybe like 15% max.
I mean, it's a 10-teamer, so exactly. He really shouldn't be in your starting lineup for the most part. Let's, not get carried away. Look, it was really impressive against the Steelers' run defense on the road. He's looked really good, but he's still on the Giants. That's the problem. So, yeah, 15 I think is reasonable. And a 10-teamer, maybe even 12 might be my limit. What do you do with Mason? We already said just hold, because you never know what CMC might do. Re-injury risk is real. Just saying.
Yep. Yeah, I did see something. Somebody had a good suggestion. Maybe now's a good time to try to trade him to the player who has CMC and just be like, hey, I know CMC's coming back, but you want to make sure you have insurance in case CMC gets hurt again, and just try to get like, a bench running back or a bench wide receiver or something.
Agree. And definitely agree with the last part. Like and sub. Yes, definitely. Thank you. All right, let's do okay. We haven't done a lightning round here. Do a couple of the non-super chats as we catch up. This is also an excuse for me to put up some of my favorite usernames I see, like Bearded Yoshi. Is that like your dog's name? Is that what that is? Okay. Stevenson and Jaden Reed for Aaron Jones and Tillman. Which side do you like? I know you're wanting to move on from Reed, but with Tillman, I think you still got to prefer Reed over Tillman, right?
Yeah, but I definitely have to. I still have to prefer Jones over Stevenson, I think.
Is it a big difference?
I don't know. I might take the Aaron Jones side just to get Aaron Jones, but this is close. This is close for me.
It's close. I would go the Stevenson side, Stevenson Reed side, I should say. But it is fair either way. As you can see, Jack Henry, Andrews or Laporta this week.
Thought we were doing lightning round.
Yeah, you're just not supposed to think about this. You're just like, first thing that comes to your mind.
First thing that comes to my mind is I don't know. Same guy. I guess Andrews, but Laporta does have the better matchup.
All right, this is going to be an epic fail as a lightning round because I'm going to say Laporta. So we're going to split the difference again here as well. All right, how about this? We can salvage this with Jay is Ray Filet. That's right. Jay is Ray Filet.
All right.
Need to win T. Higgins or Marvin Harrison?
Well, this one I can quickly say T. Higgins, but only if he's good to go off the injury report and plays. Otherwise, Harrison.
There you go. I will agree, assuming he's 1,000% healthy, T. Higgins. All right, let's go to Corey Miller. Thank you, Corey. Appreciate that. Super chat. Have Amon, London, Olave, Brian Thomas. Yes, must starts. Okay, you can tell. Watch the video. Should I trade one of the other receivers and Connor Jones for an elite RB1 to save the headaches of starting the wrong receiver? Interesting way of thinking. I mean, I see what you're saying. I mean, that's good logic, right? Package 2 for 1 to get an elite player.
Yeah, that's definitely good logic, but you got to get an elite RB1. And like I just said, I mean, they're not easy to come by these days. You could try, but it's got to be an elite RB1.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to trade Olave and James Conner, or Olave and Aaron Jones, or even Brian Thomas and James Conner, or Brian Thomas and Aaron Jones, I better get an elite RB1 back. Like I better not be getting like, no offense, I like James Cook, but I better not be getting like James Cook back.
Right. You're thinking, yeah, like Bijan, Brees, and easier said than done. Easy to say, well, I'll just trade 2 and I'll get the number 1 running back in the league, but somebody might not want to do that. So it's got to be the right fit. It's got to be a team that has a stud running back and is not that great at RB2 and is willing to do this. So you can do this if you can do this. That makes sense. Jedi Cough. Andrews was starting to look good. Is he droppable? I don't think.
What? No. Why would he be dropped? Just because of the Diontae trade? No.
I don't think so. Like Rashad Bateman's droppable, but I don't think Andrews is droppable. I have other options like Njoku, Hawkinson, Kincaid, Auden in teams with him. So you're okay. So he's saying like I already have 2 tight ends, which begs the question: why do you have 2 tight ends? But anyways.
I mean, if anything, try to trade Andrews. He's got trade value right now. Don't just drop him. Like, there's no, I mean, at least try to trade him first.
Right. All right. Jason, Quinones, Deller Downs.
Got to go Downs with Flacco. Got to go Downs.
Going Downs. Go all in. Got the Flacco bump. Marcel Harms back from Germany. Welcome back, Marcel.
What's up?
16-teamer.
All right.
Made some good trades. All right. Yeah, I remember we were talking trade the other day. Remember, this is the league where even though it's 16 teams, only starts 1 running back, 1 receiver, and then 2 flexes. So got Kyler, JJ, Olave, Harrison, and Etienne. Okay. I was going to say, is Etienne your only running back? I hope not. Currently, bench CMC, Waddle, Keon, trade CMC and Waddle for Kamara. I don't think so.
Yeah. That was CMC coming back. If this was like, if you asked me this question like 4 or 5 weeks ago, I'd probably say like just take Kamara. But with CMC coming back and Tua back, even though I know it wasn't great for Waddle last week and it might not be great for him again this week, I think I'm just going to hold CMC and Waddle.
Yeah, I kind of remember he was asking about getting Jefferson, doing like a 2-for-1, or maybe it was a 3-for-1. So you got Jefferson, that's good. But you need a running back who isn't just Travis Etienne. So trade away Kraft for Ferg.
Sure. I'm okay with that. It's not a big needle mover for me, but it's fine.
Yeah, and it might be good this week because probably Malik Willis a quarterback, and then Green Bay's on bye. So sure, why not? Yeah, the Etienne thing is kind of bothering me. He needed a better running back here, but not that deal. Okay, let's get to Dylan Hunley. Traded St. Brown and Pitts for Olave, Monty, Mooney. Is that enough?
It's going to really come down to Olave. If Olave really is a monster rest of the season, you're going to smash this trade. If Derek Carr can somehow ruin Olave, then you might regret this. But I mean, you still got Monty and Mooney, and Olave isn't going to be shouldn't be a bust. I mean, he just went over 100 yards with Spencer Rattler and Jake Hayner. You tell me you can't do that with Derek Carr? Yeah, I think it's okay.
It's okay if you traded away Pitts, probably you already have a good enough tight end. Okay. And if you traded for Monty, I hope that upgrades your RB2. So if this helps your team overall, I think it's fine. CJ De La Cruz. Just saying the Reed for Collins trade was perfect timing. When was that, this week or last week? Man, who gave up Nico for Reed?
Well done. Well done,
Yeah.
CJ.
Yes. Do that. Actually, let's get back to Marcel. He has a follow-up here. Looking to trade Harrison and Waddle for Aaron Jones and Smith, I guess Devontae, or AJ Brown.
I mean, you can do Marvin Harrison and Waddle for Aaron Jones and AJ Brown, take that and run. But I would probably still do it for Aaron Jones and Devonta Smith, because I might prefer Devonta Smith to Waddle right now. And Aaron Jones, Harrison feels pretty fair. So,
and I would do it again, knowing you need a running back. I would do it for either of these to get Aaron Jones in there. But if you can get Aaron Jones and AJ Brown, you do it now. Sir Capalot. 1 QB, 2 receiver, 2 running back, a tight end, 3 flex. Got Daniels and Tua, Hill, London, McLaurin, Myers, Tillman, Addison, Cook, Swift, Mondre, Tracy, Bowers, Hawk. Trade Tracy or Tillman.
I mean, if you want to try to sell high on him, I sent out a bunch of trade offers with Tillman in them last night, and none have gotten accepted. So I don't know how high people really are on him right now. Same with Tracy, although at least Tracy is a running back, so people might be higher on him. But I really don't know what you're getting for these guys right now. Like, you're not going to get somebody really good.
Yeah, you can try, but I wouldn't hold your breath. I think probably the guy you should be trying to trade that you could get something for is Hawkinson, because you got Bowers. You shouldn't ever really need to start Hawkinson, and apparently there's a market. So that's what I'm thinking here. All right, Arvin with another 10-teamer. Set the lineup here: 3 receivers, 2 running backs, and a flex.
All right, still going Neighbors. Definitely going Lamb in London. A wide receiver. Jones and Monty a running back, and then I'm gonna. Is it PPR? I'm gonna flex Ladd. Give me Ladd this week.
Yeah, the first 3 receivers. The first 2 running backs and McConkey at flex. There you go. Sammy. Tired of playing Russian roulette with the Green Bay receivers. Yeah.
Yep.
So are we. So pick one, though. Jaden Reed, Tillman, or Kate Otten?
Jaden Reed, why are you so frustrating, Jaden Reed? Gets the Lions, but it might be Malik Willis.
I feel like there was one game where Jaden Reed caught like a long touchdown or something with Malik Willis. I don't know that you want to chase that, but just saying, he's not necessarily dead in the water.
I might actually just flex Otten here.
Wow.
Tillman in a tough spot. Jaden Reed. Reed's man. I know it's Detroit. But you know, one thing about Detroit, they don't really give up. Well, hold on. Let me before I say something here. I don't know. Let me while I look this up, give your thoughts.
So, but look, Otten is probably the guy who you feel best about target share here. It's the Chiefs. That's the problem. It's just not a good matchup whatsoever. But then again, maybe Baker Mayfield just truly doesn't care and just continue to target Kate Otten and he'll still be productive. So to me, it's either you play Russian roulette again and hope Reed gets that long shot, or you just go with probably the floor of Kate Otten. I'm going to sit Tillman out here. You know, actually, I was wrong. I'm looking it up, and I think he had a short touchdown with Malik Willis, but maybe he didn't really have a big game. I was probably thinking of somebody else. Maybe just go Otten.
Yeah, so I just looked it up because I was Detroit, the 27th fewest fantasy points to wide receivers out of the slot, the 6th most fantasy points to wide receivers lined up out wide. So even though you think Jaden Reed, Detroit, this is probably going to be another disappointing Jaden Reed game.
Yeah.
I'll just go Kate Otten.
Go Kate Otten, flexing the tight end. There you go. Now you don't have to worry about that, Sammy. Ivan Rebollar got the membership. Thank you, Ivan. Appreciate that. Going throw back to Ray. Or Ray said it's a super bracket on RT Sports. So he has really good starters, needs to what's left. All right. Well, hopefully we helped you with that. I haven't played RT Sports for a while. J619, Najee and Dowdle for CMC and Mason.
Give me CMC and Mason. Again, take this and sprint before they change their mind.
Yes. Lucas Wolf, 4-4, 10-man, full PPR, 2 running backs, 2 flex, Daniels, Barkley, Cook, CD, London, Cup, B-Rob. On the bench is Dell, Chase Brown, Dobbs, and Dell. Any changes?
Let's see. You're starting Daniels. You're starting Barkley, James Cook. You're starting CD. You're starting London. You're starting Cup. You're probably starting Brian Robinson. Nope. Looks good.
Yeah. Don't want to put Dell in there this week. Just not feeling good about that matchup. So I think you're good, Lucas. Nope. No changes. All right. Ricardo. Gonna drop Dobbs and Caleb for Ladd, Ridley.
You can drop Caleb for Ladd. I would not drop Dobbs for Ridley. I still like Dobbs long term with Jordan Love.
Right. Even if this week is not great and next week he doesn't play, Dobbs is still a solid stash, if nothing else. Swift, Robinson, Chuba, Olave, DJ Moore, Ladd, Ridley, Etienne. Trade ideas: Chuba, Dobbs, or Schultz for Reed.
I mean, if I can trade, I know I just said I don't want Jaden Reed on my team, but if I could trade Schultz for Reed, sure, I'll do that. I don't know if you can, but if I can, I mean, even if I could trade Chuba for Reed, I'd probably still do it.
If I could trade Schultz for any receiver.
Yeah, I would definitely do that second one. Chuba, DJ Moore for Terry. Yeah, if you can do that, definitely do that. I don't know if you can, though.
Yeah, try both of those. Hey, why not? Schultz for Reed. I don't know if you'll get it. You probably won't, but try it and then do the second one. Let's see. Okay, Ivan has a question. Just getting the membership. Just made this trade, giving Harrison and Dobbins to get Tyreek and Mixon. Wow.
I thought I was just gonna say Harrison and Dobbins to get Tyreek Hill, and I was gonna be like, yeah, this is a good trade. But you're getting Mixon too.
Wow.
Okay, even if you, Ivan, even if I mispronounce your name, I'm terrible with names. Even if Tyreek Hill is a total bust, or he's not gonna be a total bust, but even if he's just okay, the rest, you're getting Joe Mixon. That alone, I think, is like I would take Joe Mixon for Harrison and Dobbins at this point. But you're getting Tyreek Hill just thrown in. This is a huge take this. Please.
Yeah, he's saying you made this trade, Ivan. That was a huge win for you. So I don't think you have to have doubts with Tyreek Hill. I know he didn't do much last week, but this is a huge win.
Yep.
Andrew Oliver with Diggs out, going to the waiver wire. Yeah, got to do it. All right, here we go. Ridley, Downs, Tillman, Coleman, Sutton.
I'm leaning Downs, although Sutton is very interesting too. Ridley, no Ridley. Sorry, not falling for one big game against, again, the team who gives up the 6 most points to outside wide receivers.
Yeah, going Downs here. Sutton again. Sutton could have a very big week, but like Downs better. Jedi Koth wants to know: could you drop a Chiefs receiver to pick up Downs and or Tillman?
Yeah, I think you could drop Worthy here to get Downs.
Right.
I'm gonna hold Hop, but I'll drop Worthy to get Downs.
Agree. I want to hold Hopkins, but you can drop.
And then Ricardo's saying we missed all this. We missed all this. So did we miss his entire chat? Did we talk about something else? Or did he have 2 questions?
I don't know. Ricardo, maybe just retype it. It might be easier, honestly, if we go back and look for it.
Here, I'll find it. Hold on.
All right. Let's get to
maybe not because he didn't. Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a super chat. He usually does it separate.
All right, yeah, retype it.
All right.
Okay, here it is. Well, let's do JCR melts first.
All right, Mario Waddle in half.
I'm still going Waddle. I don't like what I'm seeing from Amari in this offense yet. Maybe it'll change this week, but until it does, I'm just going to go Waddle.
Testing me, JCR, testing me. I'm not feeling Waddle this week. I don't feel like it's going to be a big Amari week or anything like that. Man, like honestly, I would go Amari this week because I already know. I already know the outcome. I already know. Been here, done that. I already know Buffalo's going to win.
All right, so we went over all his trades, but we didn't set his lineup.
Okay. All right. Got it. Pick 2 RBs, 2 receivers, and 1 flex.
All right. Swift and B-Rob. I assume that's Brian Robinson. If it's Brian or Bijan, Swift and Robinson, it doesn't matter. Olave and Ladd will be my wide receivers. I'll probably just flex DJ Moore.
Yeah, definitely Swift and Robinson, whoever it is, right? Robinson, Olave, Ladd, and yeah, I can't fall for Ridley. So 1 flex, and it's PPR. Yeah, it's worth DJ Moore. Okay, there you go, Ricardo. Jason Mraz wants to know, you dropped Drake May for Derek Carr.
I mean, only if you absolutely need Derek Carr this week, which I hope you don't. So I would just hold Drake May. I mean, I don't really feel like you have to hold either of these guys unless it's super flex.
Yeah, that's my question. Is it super flex or 2 quarterback league? If it's not, then don't hold either of these guys. In super flex, I think I don't know. I don't know if we're really gonna put Drake May over Derek Carr. I don't think I would.
I might.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess, yeah, Drake May is not going to play this week if you need to. But again, if it's not a super flex or 2 quarterback league, then just drop Drake May and get a running back. Alberto Reyes Behar. Sorry. My team, full PPR in a 12-teamer. Got Lamar. Let's see. JJ for DK, McLaurin, Kamara, Connor, Njoku, bench. Chase Brown, Ridley Jennings, Addison, Tua, Fryermuth. Should I trade for Debo and Stevenson for Terry and Ridley? I think we already did this.
Yeah, we had this one a long time ago. I do it just to get Stevenson and to get Ridley off my team.
Right. And knowing your team here now that we see the full thing doesn't change anything. I'd still do this. So trade for Debo and Stevenson. All right. I like what you're thinking here, Royland. Dropping Anthony Richardson just to send a message to the team because sometimes they just need to wake up. Love probably won't start. Okay, so who are we going to at quarterback? Cousins, Nick, Stafford, Winston.
This is actually. So I do like Cousins a lot this week too. I might give Cousins the edge over Stafford.
It's a toss-up. It's between those two for sure. Like Knicks has a great matchup, but again, not putting them over those two. See, the Falcons gets the Cowboys. Not scary. Rams are on the road against the Seahawks. Yeah, I'll probably give the edge to Cousins this week. So, but look, if you have all those choices on waivers, I think you're fine. You can mix and match here. Jedi Koff, is it okay to drop Odunze for Jacoby Myers?
I would.
Yes.
I don't really want to drop Romo Odunze, but Jacoby Myers, the wide receiver one, and for the Raiders, he's been mostly good in the games without Adams. I mean, I'd honestly probably rather drop Keenan. Just gamble on the potential of a Doomsday.
That's actually a good point. Now I think about it, he's saying as Keenan. Yeah, drop Keenan for Myers. Edward Nolasco. Welcome back, Edward. Hertz, Walker, Mixon, JJ, Amon-Ra, McBride, Terry, and Jacobs. That's good. Bench, got Diontae, D-Hop, White, and Murray. Is this lineup good? I think it's good.
I mean, probably. I don't see anybody that, you're not starting Murray over Hertz, Walker, Mixon, JJ. Yeah, definitely. Definitely good.
It's very good, actually. I don't know how deep your league is, but that's a really good lineup. So you're good. Deshaun Davis got Auden and Hawkinson. Interesting. You do this?
Yeah, I would just roll. Even when Evans comes back, Auden should still be okay. Hawkinson has a lot of value. I mean, they both have a lot of value right now, to be honest. But yeah, roll with Auden, trade away Hawk.
Yeah, why not? Again, a lot of people are going to be way higher on Hawkinson than they should be. Have some people say in the comments because we talked about this and like, yeah, somebody in my league really wants Hawkinson. Okay, let him have it for a good enough price. Go ahead. So nothing wrong with this. Again, even if Evans does come back, and sure, that will affect Auden. Godwin's not coming back. There's still plenty of targets up for grabs. Yep. They're going to have to continue to pass the ball a lot because that defense kind of sucks. John Wickering, and I know he had commented pretty much as we were talking about it. So just saying thank you. Like John, thank you.
Nice job. Yeah, thank you. Well done. But look, it's week 8. Let's do this in week 17 when it matters.
Yep. That's the thing. You always got to think long term. You got to keep putting the work in. And I know we always kind of laugh with the kicker and the defense questions. A lot of leagues use defense and kickers. It's just because kickers really are not worth researching and projecting because you really have no idea how it doesn't matter. It's pick a matchup, pick a, I don't know. It's just not worth spending too much time on. So don't worry too much about that. Don't stash defense and kickers. Brother Pickle. Welcome back, Brother Pickle. Following up on yesterday's selling high on Tillman. Is Rachaad White and Tillman an overpay for Olave?
Oh, give me Olave by a mile. No. Give me Olave all day here.
That's a steal for Olave.
Yeah, steal.
Take Olave. Bill. Trade Brooks, Waddle, and Downs for Puka and Dell.
Yeah, I think you got to take Puka and Dell here. I mean, I like Downs, and I think Waddle will be fine, but you're getting Puka. And look, Dell, I know Dell hasn't been great, and maybe he won't be great this week against the Jets, but the rest of the season, it's going to be him and Nico. That's it. It's him, unless you believe in like John Mechie or Xavier Hutchinson or something. It's going to be him and Nico. So, yeah, give me Puka and Dell.
Agree. Getting the best player in this deal. And Dell and Downs, let's say they're probably going to be comparable going forward. So, yeah, I think you can do this. Have Najee Cook and Gibbs as running back. And we don't even know if Brooks is going to play at this point. So, yeah, just take it. Take the Puka side. All right, like this one. Just open to interpretation. Oscar H. Trade Pitts for...
someone better than Pitts. I mean, who are you really getting for Pitts right now?
This helps a little bit. He needs a running back. So what kind of running back could you get for Pitts?
I mean, really, like, are you getting Ramondre for Pitts? I don't even know if you are, honestly.
I bet you could.
Okay, maybe you could try Ramondre. I mean, maybe you could get Najee Harris for Pitts. He's fine. Like, I don't think you're getting a ton for Pitts.
You shouldn't. Maybe B-Rob. So for some reason, people still just kind of ignore B-Rob. But yeah, I think Ramondre is reasonable and realistic. Stephon Barr. But again, this really just depends. You're not going to have that many options. You're going to have to find a team that needs a tight end that also has a running back that they can give up for Kyle Pitts. So it really depends on the right match. Stephon Barr wants to know, same question, different day. All right. Let's see what the question is. Any moves? Needs running back help. We got CMC at least.
I mean, you could try to move Andrews and I mean, I don't even know. Like, what are you getting, Andrew? What is Andrews and Shakir getting you? Like, hardly anything. What is Andrews and Najee? Like, are you even getting a running back upgrade if you do Andrews and Najee? Or are you just getting like another Najee Harris?
What Tank Bigsby?
Yeah, I don't feel like he has a ton of value though. He just came off a not so good game. Yeah, I don't know what we said yesterday. if you asked this question yesterday, I don't know because I mean maybe you could try Jacoby and Najee. I don't feel like we answered this. I feel like I would remember this question.
Yeah.
What are you getting for Jacoby Myers?
But well, I mean, I look at it one way. Yeah, I guess you do need running back help, but in another week, if you get CMC back at full strength,
Yeah,
you'll be fine. You got CMC and Najee. So I don't feel like you need to do something here. You don't really have a ton of, I guess, high-end trade value on your bench, I think is the issue. Because Evans is out, Myers, Shakir, Downs. Nobody's really trading for those guys, I don't think. Not giving you enough to upgrade a running back. So I guess no moves for now, I think. All right. Like this. TMNY. Let's help them out. Big question. Money. Big question. Got an offer for Shad White and DJ Moore for his Mike Evans and Ladd McConkey.
This is a big no. This is a big no.
I mean, I know you need a running back, but Rachaad White's probably not like the long-term solution.
No.
It's startable, but more of the what do we put him this week even? What, the flex tier?
Yeah, I think this week he's like an okay flex because they should be throwing a lot against KC, and KC very strong against the run, so they may not be able to run the ball. But I mean, you're giving up a stud wide receiver in Mike Evans, and again, a guy who's really coming on lately, Ladd McConkey, for an okay wide receiver and an okay running back. Like, no, big no here.
Right. This is not it. Juice 420, 14-teamer. Pick 3, Diontae, Ladd, Harrison, Dobbs, Tillman, Waddle, McMillan.
Harrison 1, Waddle 2, Ladd 3.
Yep, I'm good with that. Yep. Easy Vanya. Flex 1, Diontae, Jacoby, Madison, McMillan, Pollard. Flex 1.
Yeah, by the way, why isn't Diontae's nickname Tay? His name actually ends with Tay.
Right, yeah.
I mean, I guess Devontae, I guess it kind of ends with Tay too, but
it's not spelled with an A. It doesn't make sense. But anyways.
No. Anyway, whatever. It's Aaron Rodgers. Come on, that guy. They need to test his brain after football, not because of the hits he's taking to the head, but just probably all the stuff he's put in his body that's messed up his brain. Anyways. All right, we need one of these.
Tay or Diontae? Probably Myers, actually.
Yeah, I might just flex Myers.
And then
full PPR?
Well, it doesn't say. How about this? Trade both Tays for CMC.
If you can get CMC, do it. Then you don't have to worry about which Tay is which. Get CMC.
Yeah. And these are flexes for you. Get CMC for flex options. Yes. Do it. Got McLaurin and Nakua. There you go. Do it. Team 6, CMC. Would you trade CMC for Tank Dell and Aaron Jones?
I don't think so. I'm just going to hold CMC here. Not enough. He should be back next week. Not enough.
Yeah, not enough. And I know this is a team that just lost Diggs, so I see why you're trying to fill in, like with Tank Dell, but you could probably do better for CMC now. Start and sit here. It's PPR, Kyron, Dobbins, Chuba, Chubb, Monty, Harrison, Zay Wilson.
All right. I don't know how many you need, but my top 2 running backs are going to be Kyron and Monty. Top 2 wide receivers. Well, you can drop Diggs, sadly. Top 2 wide receivers are going to be Wilson and Marvin Harrison. Man, if you need a flex, who does Dobbins play this week? The Browns? That's terrible. But man, Zay Flowers against Surtain.
Yeah, so it makes it tough.
It is PPR, though. I might still just go Zay Flowers in PPR and hope for the best.
Yeah, I think so too. Don't feel a big Dobbins week. All right, Dustin Forsberg. Prescott or Stafford?
Stafford. Let's just move on from Dak.
Yes. And let's move on to Cowboys fan, G Medina. Half PPR, prioritize Downs, Tillman, Ridley.
I would have him in that exact order.
Yep. And then Benton needs 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and a flex. Hall, Achane, Walker, Jacobs, Garrett Wilson, BTJ, Flowers, Dobbs, Worthy, Addison.
All right, Hall and Achane. Oh, man. You also have Walker, but I'm still going to go Hall and Achane at running back. I might flex Walker. And you got Jacobs. Yeah, I'm probably going to flex Walker here. Hall and Achane at running back. Garrett Wilson and Brian Thomas Jr. if he plays at wide receiver. I think number 3 for me is going to be Dobbs, only if it's Jordan Love, though. And then number 4 for me will be Flowers. So Garrett Wilson, and then I hope you got that. Brian Thomas if he plays, Dobbs if not, Dobbs if it's Love, if not Flowers. And then I'm going to flex Kenneth Walker.
Right. Yeah, you definitely, with those running backs, you definitely want to flex one. Tough to sit Jacobs, but I think if Love is out, you can do this. Marcos Alvarado. All right. Let's see. Here it is. Rate my team. Early on, picked up Mason, flipped him for JT. Nice. Puka was okay. So Stafford, Swift, JT, Puka, T, Ertz, Ladd, and then a bench, couple of guys.
And you had Jefferson, and you traded him for T and Swift. That hurts. But you did get JT for Mason, so that's nice. All right, so you got Swift and JT, Puka, T, Ertz, Ladd, Braylon, Eckler, Jennings. I mean, that's a very strong starting lineup for a 14-teamer, but I mean, I guess you needed Swift because I don't know who your other running back is. Braylon Edwards, Eckler, you can't have those guys. I think for a 14-teamer, this is Swift, JT, Puka, T, Ertz, Ladd, Stafford. This is like an 8-5 for a 14-teamer. This is a good team.
It is a good team. I mean, like at least Swift is coming through. If T. Higgins comes back and plays, sure, that won't be a bad deal. So it's definitely a solid team. Not knowing exactly how deep it is, 14-man team is very good. And Stafford Puka coming back to save you. Put it that way. Let's see who's next. It is, well, actually we already did that one. KT, Dak, or Cousins?
Cousins at home against Cowboys. Let's go. Cousins.
Definitely Cousins here. Harv, danger. Now thinking Andrews or Ingram. And then if Ingram flex, forget have Dobbs too. Okay, I remember Harv's question from before, but Andrews or Ingram at tight end?
I'll do Ingram at tight end. Again, I'll flex Dobbs if Jordan Love plays because it is Detroit and they are so bad against outside wide receivers. But if it's Malik Willis, I'll flex Shakir.
Yeah, makes sense. Just not feeling Dell this week in that Jets matchup. Naja's most. What's up? All right, let's see. Got offered Monte for Olave. He has Olave.
No, keep Olave. unless it's like non-PPR.
Yeah, I like this team Bijan, but then Madison and Warren. I mean, you could use Monty, but I agree. I don't want to give up Olave. I don't want to give up Metcalf or Puka either. So I'm not sure if there's anything you could even do.
Ask for a better running back than Monty, which they probably will say no to.
Yeah. Yeah, but no. Olave is going to be too valuable, so don't do this. Beast Mode Kane, Sutton for Diontae.
You know what? Honestly, I might just take Sutton. Here. At least we know he's a wide receiver 1 there. Bo Nix looks serviceable. I'll just take Sutton.
Yeah, Sutton has come on lately. This is actually a tough one here. This is pretty close. I think we might have to go Sutton. The target share has already been good for Sutton. The target share should now definitely be in his favor, right? With Diontae going to the Ravens. So, yeah, why not? Anthony G, 5-3, not sure how. All right, well, let's see how. You got Murray, Amari, Diontae, Higgins, Waddle, Mooney, Bigsby, B-Rob, Vidal, Brooks, CMC, and Pacheco. Yeah, I'm not sure how you're 5-3. But anyways, start and sit. 2 receivers, 2 running backs, a flex, and a tight end. I mean, with those running backs, B-Rob's been good, but anyways.
Yeah, you got to go Brian. I guess you got to go Brian Robinson and Bigsby this week at running back. You don't really have much choice. You should be getting CMC back next week and hopefully Pacheco in a couple weeks. So that'll be nice. 2 wide receivers are going to be Higgins. It's going to be Higgins, Waddle, Mooney, my top 3. So of course, if Higgins doesn't play, then you'll play Waddle, Mooney. If Higgins doesn't play and you need a flex, I guess I'm flexing Amari Cooper this time.
There you go.
And then Otten at tight end.
Yeah, agree with all that. I'm trying to see if there's something you could do to upgrade running back. But you got CMC coming back. I guess you're 5-3. I guess you can be patient here, right? Just second half surge.
Yeah.
Right? Why not?
Going 5-3 with your top 2 running backs out is pretty nice.
Very nice. All right, you know who's always in the top 3? Top 2, maybe you could argue. Shrek 2 on DVD.
Top 2 of what?
Top 2 Shrek movies all time.
Oh, okay. That are on DVD?
That are on DVD. Which there's more than 2, so that is still saying something. Needs 2 receivers, a flex, tight end, and a super flex. Sun God, Garrett Wilson, Downs, Waddle, Flowers, Troy Franklin, Ferg, Ertz, Jameis, and May. Okay. 2 receivers, a flex, a tight end, and a super flex.
All right, I'm going to go Sun God, Garrett Wilson, Downs at the flex. I mean, probably should super flex Jameis, but I really don't like the matchup for Jameis this week. But I don't think I can super flex like Waddle or Flowers or those guys over him. So I'm going to put Jameis in the super flex. Hope he can come through.
Agree. It's a quarterback, and it's because I don't like the matchup for Waddle or Flowers this week. So, and then tight end, Ferg or Ertz.
Gotta go Ferguson.
Yeah, go Ferguson. And then Sean August is saying what's up and telling. Traded Tyrone Tracy to get Jalen Waddle. Think about that.
Yeah, if you can get Waddle for Tracy, take it. I mean, maybe Waddle will just be a disappointment this year, but let me gamble on Waddle. I'll gamble on Waddle here.
I like that deal. I like it. All right, NMMB. Not NMB, NMMB. Trade Keon for Tillman. Swapping waiver wire pickups.
Yeah, I want Keon here. Keon's on the Bills with Josh Allen, and it looks like, I mean, you know, it's only been a couple games here, but it looks like maybe he's starting to get comfortable with the NFL game, get comfortable with the offense. I want Keon Coleman.
Yeah, this is somewhat lateral here, but yeah, I guess I'll just go with a guy in the better offense and just keep Keon Coleman. Miguel Perez Jr. is back. What's up, Miguel? Let's see. Where's the question? The question is thoughts on this. Traded Dobbs and Javonte for Debo. I like it.
Big win for you. Big win for you. Javonte, man. Javonte probably my biggest disappointment of week 8 after that big game against the Saints. And it wasn't like oh, they didn't give him. He got 17 carries against the Panthers. He got 44 yards. That's it. It's the Panthers.
He was technically, I can't call it vultured because I think he did run it in at the goal line. He got stopped, and then Bo Nix did the Superman thing. Yeah. So, like he had a chance.
Still, 17 carries against the Panthers, you should at least get like 70, 80 yards. Like it's the Panthers.
True. This is true.
Anyways.
Yeah, I like this. And I'm telling you, I bet you because Debo did not, go off last week, and now they are off. And I'm telling you, probably a good time to try to buy low on Debo. Also, my other 10 team, is it worth trying to trade Devontae? Yes. For who? Depends. An equivalent wide receiver 2 type who you think is better, I guess?
Yeah. Like I said, I think you could probably get. Well, if you want a wide receiver, maybe you could. Well, you just trade it for Debo. I might sneeze. Nope, false alarm. Could you get T. Higgins? Possibly. Could you get Olave still? Could you still get Olave?
Yeah, here's the thing with Devontae Adams. Again, for some people, it's that name value, that recognition that he's with the Jets and Aaron Rodgers. People are, holding out. Oh, he just needs time, right? He just needs time. He's only been there 2 weeks. So, yeah, I bet you could still get a pretty good receiver. Oh, maybe DK Metcalf because, didn't do anything last week. Nothing. Got you 0. How about this? Anthony G. I think percentage is more like, do you put in a claim for Hutchinson, Mechie, Woods, or option D?
Yeah. If you really want to pick one of these guys up, put in a $0 claim, a 0% claim. I'm sure you'll get at least one of them, if not maybe all of them.
Right. Like I talked about Hutchinson a couple of weeks ago after Nico got hurt, and he has done as pretty much as much nothing as I can think of. I think maybe he had like 1 catch. So that's not happening. Mechie did come on. I don't really think any of these guys are really worth chasing at this point. So no. Marcus. What's up, Marcus? Here we go. Pick 3. Who's going to score 90 points this week?
You got to start mixing. You got to start JT. You got to start all these guys, really. But I will say Jacobs has the tough matchup against the Lions, so he's probably the easy sit here. Bijan gets the Cowboys. I think I got to go. I think I got to go Bijan over Brees. So mix in JT Bijan. And
not a great matchup for Brees because Texans have a pretty good run defense.
Yeah.
You never know when Braylon Allen is going to come in and get carries. So, yeah, it's the first 3. That was actually easy. Let's see. I want to make sure nobody gets skipped, by the way. As you be a regular here, we do the super chats first, try to prioritize those, make sure they get answered. Got that membership on YouTube. We'll definitely answer those. Let's do a couple of others. Let's do a quick one. Derek, Hoopin Gamer. Is that a real name? McMillan or Elijah Moore?
We're going to get sucked into Elijah Moore. He had 12 targets, 8 catches, 85 yards.
Although McMillan gets the Chiefs.
Well, true, but Elijah Moore gets the Chargers. Not a whole lot better here. Let me see something here. How are the Chargers against slot wide receivers? Maybe we can find something here to sell me on.
Yeah, I really don't want to get sucked into Elijah Moore.
Chargers are just good against everybody.
Right.
There's no like.
You know,
I thought maybe slot receivers would have an advantage, but not really. I don't know. I guess I'll just go. The Chiefs are going to finish.
well, I'll say this. Look, thinking about it now, it's hard because it's not a good matchup. My first instinct, my gut call was McMillan, so I'm just going to stick with that.
Yeah, it's fine. McMillan probably has more upside, so I guess go McMillan. Both these guys in very tough spots this week.
Right. Maybe he scores a touchdown. Okay. And then Trevon Lee. Flex Downs, Adams, or Dell.
I'm probably too high on Downs. I'm just going to go Downs and Flacco.
Going Downs. Yep. I'm going Downs. Boomer agrees. Boomer says go Downs. Yep. The Downs guy, even though he dropped him, which we told him to do. But it was okay. Turned out happy ending. Got Lad McConkey.
You got Lad. Yeah, I can't even be upset. You got Lad. He went for like 40 points last week, although I don't think you started.
Actually, no. That's not right. He already had Lad. He started Lad, but he picked up Cedric Tillman, which also happy ending. He scored 2 touchdowns, 99 yards. But anyways.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He almost went for 42. So
Nathan Masters, Stark, Odner, and Joku. That's tough.
It is tough. I think I'm going to go in Joku, though. But, man, that is tough. That is tough.
I'm going to go in Joku, too, because the target share has been there for both these guys, and it should continue to be there. So I just feel like Otten might have a tougher time because of the Chiefs' defense. Again, it's not a great matchup for the Browns either, but I like a Joku. Matthew Temple. Okay, how do we make this team better? Got Evans, Higgins, Debo, Pittman, McMillan, Lockett, Mixon, Monty, Stevenson, White, Madison for Kraft, streaming, and QB. Totally fine.
Well,
your receivers to stop getting hurt would be step one.
Exactly. I mean, this team looks pretty good to me. You got Mixon, Monty, Stevenson. You got Evans, Higgins, Debo, Pittman, who now at least has some value. Bergen, Kraft at tight end. This team looks really good. He's been hit by injuries. Like Higgins missed the first couple games, and he came back. It was great. Now he missed. Debo's been banged up. Evans obviously out. Pittman's been terrible mostly. But your running backs have been great. Like Mixon, Monty should be carrying you most weeks. I mean, I don't know what you really could do. You could try to package like Monty and maybe you need a wider. I mean, yeah, you could try to package like Monty and one of those wide receivers to try to get. Maybe go try to buy low still on a Tyreek Hill. Maybe try to get a Amon-Ra St. Brown. Maybe an AJ Brown if you can. But that's really it.
Yeah, you're really hoping Higgins plays for you this week because with Evans and Debo not playing, Pittman is a fine start now, but you really don't want to be rolling out like Lockett and McMillan. So you could do that. You could roll Ramondre as your number 2 running back. Yeah, package Monty with somebody to try to upgrade at receiver. All right. John is on here. Our guy John, our editor John.
What's up?
They're really spooky. He's so used to seeing the same background over and over again. So I guess this is the first year I think I got mine up before you though, because I love Halloween. We both love horror movies, but I think you're more into Halloween itself probably than I am.
Yeah, it's my favorite holiday. So
yeah,
I used to decorate like a month in advance, but there's this lady that lives next to us and she hates it. So now out of respect for her, I wait till tomorrow. So I haven't got my decorations out yet, but tomorrow.
Don't let the haters win. Come on.
She's like 80 something years old. Come
on. Okay. Well, we'll get into that HOA thing. Kyle Singer, pick 2, Chubb, Dobbs, Shakir, McMillan. Oh, we love you too. Thank you.
Shakir is the one I feel the best about. I'll say Dobbs if it's love would be number 2, and I might just go Chubb number 3 and just deal with the 5 points and hope he scores. I mean, McMillan against the Chiefs. I mean, you're just hoping either of these guys score. Shakir 1 for sure. Dobbs 2 if Love plays. Chubb, I guess 3.
Right. Really don't want to have to roll out McMillan this week. Again, I keep saying it. Said it 2 weeks ago. Stash him, but don't play him yet. Shakir's clearly number 1 here. I guess Dobbs is 2. And I'm going to have to agree with Kyle here. Yep. Can hit that like button. It takes you not very long. It does help us out if we're helping you out, and we're trying at the very least, hopefully helping everybody get some victories. Like, subscribe, hit notifications. Nathan Masters also wants to know, are you trading Dobbins for Josh Downs?
Yeah, I might just take Josh Downs. Getting a little nervous for Dobbins.
Like, yeah, I've already said I'm on board with trading Dobbins. I wonder, I mean, you feel like you should be able to get somebody even better than that for a solid running back like Dobbins. I mean, I like Downs, but again, this was a guy who's just dropped in and now picked up again off of waivers. It's still some uncertainty there. I feel like you should be able to get somebody a little bit better for Dobbins. So, see what else is out there. Who else might want or need Dobbins? A guy like Dobbins. Bandeezy has both Jets receivers, keeper trade, and who aim for.
Wow. I'd be looking to trade Adams if I can. Talked about this a lot. I mean, if you need a running back, if you can go get Aaron Jones, James Conner, maybe Swift, wide receiver, if you could maybe get a Deebo Samuel who's on a bye this week and didn't do a whole lot last week. If you can maybe get a still buy low on a Chris Olave, I'd be looking to do that. Maybe even T. Higgins.
There you go. Definitely fine moving on from Adams. Mr. Rivers, is Keenan Allen droppable?
I mean, it depends for who. Like, I'm not going to drop Keenan Allen for, like, one of the Texans wide receivers not named Tank Dell. You know, I'm not going to drop Keenan Allen for, like, Trey Palmer or the Bucks or anything like that. But if there's somebody good out there, like if Tyrone Tracy is out there, I'll drop Keenan Allen for Tracy. Absolutely.
I feel like we could say yes to drop him for, like, Josh Downs. What about, like, Cedric Tillman?
Maybe. That one's close.
Yeah,
I thought about him, and I was like, I don't know if I would.
It's like kind of where the line is, right?
Yeah.
All right. So generally speaking, he's not a must hold, but don't drop just for the sake of dropping, I guess. I think we already kind of talked about this. Mr. Rivers also wants to know Bo Nix or Stafford.
If I have to pick one rest of the season, it's Stafford. If I'm forced. But
and
you aren't.
It's tough because, of course, we want the new and not the old. And we like rushing upside with our quarterbacks, which Stafford has none of. But Stafford can throw for 4 touchdowns. He can throw for 300 yards. Nix is not going to do that too often. And I say that he might do it this week because he happens to get Baltimore. But, yeah, I think fantasy-wise, Stafford still definitely has the higher floor. And he has, I think, at least as high of a ceiling, if not higher. Brian Perez, 12-man, being offered. Okay, let's strap in for this one. Henry, Debo, and JSN for Bijan and Puka.
I want the Bijan Puka side. JSN just to throw in. Okay, yes, I prefer Henry to Bijan, but we're talking about what? Like the RB1 to the RB3 or 4 or something like that. But I definitely prefer Puka to Debo. Although I will say it is a little bit closer with Ayuk injury, but I think I still prefer Puka. So I don't think it's enough here. I'm just going to take Bijan and Puka. I don't know which side you are. You said you're being offered Henry, Debo, JSN, so I assume you're giving up Bijan, Puka. I'm just going to keep Bijan and Puka.
Agreed. Bijan, Henry, again, getting stud running back for stud running back. You got to prefer Puka to Debo. JSN, this is somebody trying to add that third player, and this is definitely not the 3-player platter, but this is still like as if it's going to put it over the hump, and it doesn't, because you shouldn't necessarily be starting JSN. You get Harrison. Harrison is startable, so yeah, don't give up Bijan Puka if that's what this is. Let's help Team 6 again. try to add someone like Ladder down to yes. Who would you prefer?
Didn't we have this earlier? I think I slightly prefer Lad because I know I don't have to worry about the Chargers benching Justin Herbert for whoever their backup is. Whereas if Flacco goes out there and has a 3 interception game and they lose, we might be back to Anthony Richardson. So I'd probably give the edge to Lad.
Yeah, both good options. Let's do Lad first. KT. I think you got to do this. Trade Aaron Jones for Cooper Kupp.
This feels very fair based on team need. So, I mean, in a vacuum, I probably prefer Kupp. But I think if you really need a running back, it's okay.
Right. It's true. It does kind of depend on team need. I would generally say I prefer Kupp. So depending on which side you're getting. Let's see. Next, Rogelio Anaya. Trade Flowers for Connor and Pearsall.
Yeah, you know what? Just give me Connor and Pearsall. I think it's fair. I think Flowers for Connor is fair, but now we do have to be a little worried that maybe Zay Flowers' target share goes down with Diontae. Maybe he's not quite as good. So just give me the Connors and Pearsall side.
Yeah, I would have said no before the trade. Honestly, I would say just give me Flowers. Flowers to me was a high-end wide receiver too. And like I said, it was getting to be a borderline must start. Again, he's still very startable, but this takes a hit. We can't pretend it doesn't. Connor continues to be good. Pearsall, whatever. I think Pearsall's mainly a throw-in. I would prefer Jennings if you could get Jennings instead. Doubt that the guy has both, but you never know. So maybe even see if you could get someone better than Pearsall. But if not, I think you can still take this. But again, you're doing this. I'm assuming this helps your running back room, and Connor's like your every week RB2 now. So if that's the case, do it. Then we got Teagsters 19. Thank you, Teagsters. Let's see if there's a question nearby. I'm assuming there is, but I'm looking.
Teagsters. Should be easy to see. You got the big 18.
Which, by the way, is kind of ironic. Your name is ends with 19, but your avatar there says 18. So is there?
Yeah. There's got to be some kind of story behind it. I don't see a Teagsters. Teagsters, if you want to just drop it in the chat. You don't have to super chat, of course. Just drop it in the chat.
All right. How about we have to respond to Chewy the Bichon.
All right.
We're dog people. Drop Bucky for Lad. I mean, we know we want Lad, but are you dropping Bucky?
I mean, I feel like you probably should, but I really don't want to drop Bucky. Like, you don't have anybody else you could drop?
Right. I see. I'm scrolling down here. Chewy's saying, can I drop Mason for Lad? Jordan Mason.
I mean, I
don't want to drop him either.
I'd probably rather drop Mason for Lad because he's going to be going to a handcuff now. But man, I don't really want to drop him either. But I definitely want to add Lad.
Yeah. Yeah, I really don't want to drop Bucky. I guess Mason would be the one I'd prefer to drop too. Yeah, I don't know if I guess there's nobody else. I'm looking if there's anything else here. All right, this one I know. Jason Pertl, is Stroud droppable for any of these guys? Yes.
Yeah, I think. I mean, if you're looking for a streamer this week, it's probably Mahomes for me. It's the guy I prefer here out of this group.
So sounds kind of funny saying that out loud. Streaming Mahomes, yeah. It's Tampa Bay this week, so go Mahomes. If all these guys are available, you can drop Stroud and just play matchups going forward. Do you like Flacco? But this week I'll go Mahomes. which also sounds really weird. MC. All right. What about these quarterbacks? Is it still Stafford?
Yep. Still Stafford over those guys. No, I've still got Stafford over Flacco.
Yeah. Do that. Okay. Joey Boy traded Pollard, Hunt, Leggett for Bijan and Sutton.
No, this isn't enough. You got Bijan and Sutton for a solid RB2 in Pollard, an RB2 that'll probably be losing the gig in a few weeks, and maybe the wide receiver one for the Panthers. Yeah, give me the Bijan Sutton side easily.
If you're getting Bijan, yeah, this is a win. This is definitely a win. Looks like that's what traded for. Yeah, well done. Big win. Then Team 6 also saying, we said Zay in the flex. Would you still start Zay over Chuba or Lad if I add him? Would you go, I guess, this week, Lad over Zay?
Yeah, I would definitely do Lad over Zay this week.
I think so. Just because, again, it's not like Zay Flowers drops off the face of the earth just because Diontae Johnson's there. It just so happens to get Denver, and he's going to get covered mostly, assumed by Pat Surtain. So that's the reason.
Yeah, I wouldn't even care about Diontae Johnson because how much is he really going to play this week? It's more the Broncos and Pat Surtain. Yes.
All right.
In fact, I'd probably like it more if Diontae Johnson was fully integrated into the offense this week because Diontae Johnson would probably be shadowed by Pat Surtain, not Zay Flowers. It'd almost be better if Diontae Johnson was playing like 100% of the snaps, but he's probably only going to play like 30% of the snaps or something.
True. All right, we're actually caught up on the super chats, and I see that the general chat is now getting into movie talk, so maybe that's that's the cue that it's time. Which, by the way, I heard Joker 2 is trash, but Terrifier 3 is a different story. Let me remind you before we do our last couple. Oh wait, Teeksters put the chat here.
We gotta get Teeksters. All right.
Okay. But let's do this quick reminder about Underdog. We partner with Underdog. Look, maybe you don't want to start CJ Stroud. Maybe you drop CJ Stroud, but take the free pick on CJ Stroud because it's just 1 yard. Take the higher 0.5 total yards. You get this if you're new to Underdog. If you haven't for some reason tried it yet, we use it all the time. Of course, we have a lot of our viewers in here too. And you guys know it's lots of fun. Good chance to win some money. Get into it with not just NFL, college football, NBA, NHL, every sport that's going on. And there's a lot now in the fall. So check it out. Get the free pick, and you get this plus the deposit match bonus cash offer if you use code ENDGAME when you sign up. Just make sure you download the app or go to the website, sign up, and in the checkout, ask you for a little promo code, put ENDGAME in there, and it gets you all the freebies. All right. Let's get to Teeksters. There it is. Love Pretty Hall Monty. Madison, Javonte, Zay, McLaurin, Sutton, Wandale, Kittle, Otten. 2 defenses. I don't know about that. Waivers. Bo Nix for Javonte, Downs for Wandale, and the Bills defense for the Seahawks defense.
Definitely downs for Wandale, definitely. Bills D, I guess it's okay. There's not a better defense. Do you really need Bo? Are you going to start Bo Nix? I guess you're going to start Bo Nix this week if Love is out.
Okay. So you need to stream quarterback this week, fine. But look, let's drop the second defense. Let's drop both defenses. You can drop a defense for Bo Nix instead of Javonte, and then I guess whatever defense is out there, I guess the Bills are fine.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I know Javonte was disappointing, but he's still 7. There's not a lot of running backs that get 17. Look, he had like 20 touches in that game. He just didn't deliver. He should have. If you would have told me before we filmed the booms when I put Javonte on there that Javonte Williams is going to get 20 touches against Panthers, I'm like, slam dunk. It didn't happen. But it's not a lot of running backs that get 20 touches. So Yeah, let's drop both defenses. Pick up Bo Nix. Definitely drop Wandale for downs. That's a must. And then, yeah, I guess if Bills are the best defense, go for it.
Agree. All right. And then, wait, where was it? Mr. Rivers, drop Sean Tucker for Stafford.
Yeah. You can drop Sean Tucker for just about anybody.
Right. And Yvonne Reboyar, give Mixon or Cook with one of those receivers to get Bijan.
I don't think you should have to give Mixon and a receiver for Bijan. I think Mixon and Bijan feels pretty comparable right now based on the way Mixon has performed. But I think if you want to do James Cook and Diontae Johnson or JSN for Bijan, I would definitely do that.
Yeah, I agree with that. Brandon Anthony, Pollard, and BTJ for Kamara.
Yeah, just give me Kamara here. Give me Kamara. He 10 targets. He might not be that great on the ground, but man, through the air, he's going to be a monster. Pollard is fine. BTJ I do like, but I'll just take Kamara here.
Yeah, this is reasonable. I think it's fair. Take the better player with Kamara. Ismail, drop Hopkins or McMillan for downs and Shakir.
I can drop McMillan for downs, definitely. I don't want to drop Hopkins. I just think there's too much potential for Hopkins. So I'll drop McMillan for downs.
Right. Don't drop Hopkins, though. Mr. Rivers needs a replacement for Kittle. If Aden's out there, yeah, pick him up. Notice the owner's weak at... Oh, what to trade for Auden? Bigsby, Tracy... No, just stream tight end for 1 week, can't we?
Yeah, just stream a tight end this week. Like, I mean, you know, I might even like Dalton Schultz this week is probably fine. I mean, it's not a good matchup for Will Dissly, but he's been getting targets. I think he'd be fine. Yeah, just stream. Gesicki, if T is out again, just stream.
Right. If you're looking for a replacement for 1 week because of a bye, you don't trade for a player. Like, you can survive 1 week without your tight end. It'll be fine. And you don't want to trade for a guy like Auden. All right. I was saving this for last. You remember, you announced to the world, Molly Wop, gonna take it home. So here we go. Just in case anybody didn't see. The fantasy football gods listened to Chris. Interesting. About Watson and Richardson.
I wonder, what did I say about them?
So this is your doing. I see.
All right.
Voodoo things.
I guess so. I didn't know I had so much power.
Well done. Well, in that case, I have like a request list for you. But
yeah, exactly.
All right, last question here. Andrews or Kraft?
I think you got to go Andrews this week. He's been on fire, and Kraft might get Malik Willis. And it's the Lions who have been great against tight ends. Let's just go Andrews.
There you go. Andrews it is. Quarterback situation is better. All right. I think that'll do it for today. Don't worry. We'll be back tomorrow with another nice long stream to answer your questions. Hopefully everyone gets their waiver wire pickups that they want. If you aren't sure exactly when, hit the little notification bell. And, of course, thumbs up, subscribe. And we got one more, as always. Joaquin Gomez. 2 of these, DJ Moore, Ladd, Harrison, Bigsby, Madison.
I'm going to go Harrison and Ladd. Like them this week. Bigsby, risky. Madison, very risky, although I don't hate them. DJ Moore, also risky. Just Harrison and Ladd.
Harrison and Ladd, yeah. And DJ Moore, I really feel, should be much more startable. And it's not just that the Bears were awful last week, but it's just the target distribution is just now uneven. I don't know. It's not like more unstartable, but let's go Harrison and Ladd. All right. I think that's it. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate all of you. Check out all the videos. Start sits will be out and everything else that's still to come. So we'll see you on the next one.